This is ChestertonRadio.com.
J-E-L-L-O. The Jell-O program starring Jack Benny with Johnny Green and his orchestra. The orchestra opens the program with She Shall Have Music from the picture of the same name. Summer's really with us now. Today's the day when summer becomes official. But hot weather isn't so hard to bear nowadays. Air conditioning gives us cooler movie houses, restaurants, and trains, and Jell-O gives us cooler meals. For Jell-O is deeply refreshing, delightfully cool and satisfying. It's also a very quick, simple dessert to prepare. You can make Jell-O well ahead of time in the morning and then pop it into your refrigerator. Or you can make it on short notice because it sets so quickly. And when you bring Jell-O to the table, you've every reason to be proud. For whether you serve it plain or in fancy molds, whether you put fruit in it or add whipped cream, Jell-O's delicious true fruit flavor is always a very welcome part of the meal. Of all gelatin desserts, Jell-O and only Jell-O brings you that extra rich fruit taste. Use it to brighten your menus this summer. Use it whenever you want a warm weather salad or dessert. Only just be sure you get genuine Jell-O. Look for the big red letters on the box. They spell Jell-O. And now we bring to you for the last time this season that worn-out master of ceremonies, Jack Benny.
Well. Hello again. This is Jack Benny coming to you slightly frayed, a bit weary, and fresh as a daisy in an ash can. And believe me, folks, I'm sure due for a vacation.
Well, aren't you going to take one, Jack?
No, Don, I can't. You know, I'm going to make that picture for Paramount. I accepted that butler's part they gave me.
Well, that's practically a vacation.
Oh, I wouldn't say that. You know, they promised to build it up a little. What are you planning to do this summer, Don?
Well, I'm staying right on the Jell-O summer show, Jack. I'm going to take your place for the next 3 months.
Oh, you're going to be the master of ceremonies till I get back.
Yes, sir, and oh, boy, I can hardly wait.
Well, all I can say is good luck to you, Don, and I hope you do a good job. Of course, not too good. After all, I do want to come back.
Don't worry, Jack. I'll hold myself down a little.
Oh, I see. Thanks, pal. Thanks.
Hello, Jack.
Oh, hello, Mary. Say, Mary, you know, Don Wilson's going to be the master of ceremonies on our summer program. He's stepping into my shoes.
He is? Gee, Jack, what are you going to do?
Oh, I'll just walk around in my stocking feet. What are your plans for this summer, Mary?
Oh, I haven't decided yet. I don't know whether to go to Honolulu, China, or buy an ice cream cone.
Well, if I were you, Mary, I'd get an ice cream cone.
Sure. I can always go to China.
I think so, yes.
Hello, Jack. Happy Father's Day.
Oh, hello, Kenny. Say, this is Father's Day, isn't it? I forgot all about it. Isn't that awful? Gee, you know, I intended to send Dad a tie or something, but it slipped my mind. Gosh, I certainly am negligent.
What does negligent mean, Jack?
Cheap.
It does not. Anyway, Mary, did you remember Father's Day?
Did I? I just sent my mother the swellest book.
That's fine. Why'd you send your mother a book on Father's Day?
Papa can't read.
Mary, you really need a vacation. What are you going to do this summer, Kenny?
Oh, I'm going to take a long rest, Jack. I'm pretty tired.
Well, I don't blame you. I know how you feel singing a whole song every Sunday night. See, I don't see how you do it.
Yes, and I have to stand up to sing, too.
Next year, we'll get him a couch.
Yeah. Well, Kenny, you take a real nice vacation and relax.
Oh, Jack.
Yes, Don?
Johnny Green wants to know if you brought your violin with you tonight.
Oh, he does, huh? Did you hear that, Mary? Johnny wants to know if I brought my violin.
Maybe he wants you to play with the orchestra.
Yeah, he waited till the last program. Oh, Johnny, were you looking for me?
Yes. Say, Jack, did you bring your violin along tonight?
Yes, sir. I have it right here. You want me to play the next number with you?
No, we're looking for a fly swatter.
Oh, yeah? Well, I'm going to hand you fellas the surprise of your life. This summer, I'm going to take a few more lessons and brush up a little bit. Then you'll see.
A few more?
Yeah.
Go on, you never took any violin lessons.
I did, too.
Then your teacher didn't.
Oh, well, let's drop it already.
Now, Jack, don't let it get your goat. This being our last program, we made up our minds to give you a good ribbing, but really and truly, it was all in fun, and we love you. Don't we, fellas?
You bet.
Say, Don, I don't mind. I see you did that together. Very good. After all, it's part of the program.
Oh, yes, and by the way, Johnny has something particularly that he wants to say to you.
He has. What is it, Johnny?
We have a little surprise for you, Jack. You've been a great guy to work with, and you've always treated us square, and...
Oh, well, say.
Well, so on behalf of the boys in the orchestra and the members of the cast and myself, I want to present you with this pure Irish linen handkerchief.
Oh, gee, a handkerchief. Well. These boys, I really don't know what to say. It's things like this that made Scotland famous. Did all of you give it to me?
Yes, Jack. The orchestra boys each chipped in $2, and the rest of the cast gave from $5 to $10 apiece.
Gee whiz, how much was the handkerchief?
A quarter.
What happened to the rest of the money?
Well, we had about $70 left, and we didn't know what else to get you, so we all went out and had a good time.
Well, I certainly do want to thank you for the handkerchief and the good time.
And I want to thank you, Jack, for giving us inspiration to carry on.
And I want to thank you, Jack, for giving us help and encouragement.
And I want to thank Jell-O for giving us 6 delicious flavors: strawberry, raspberry, cherry, orange, lemon, and lime.
Why don't you say that for next week? You'll be running the program yourself. And now, ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank Kenny Baker in advance for singing the next number called Would You from the motion picture San Francisco. Sing, Kenneth. That was Kenny Baker singing Would You. And for the last time this season, Kenny, I'm going to say that was very good. And he stood up to sing it, too.
Say, Jack, what about your picture? You settled that argument with Paramount, didn't you?
Oh, sure. They finally gave in. We start shooting tomorrow.
Who's going to be your leading lady?
That's the only trouble, Mary. I'm having such a hard time finding one.
That's funny. I didn't have any trouble. I just found the cutest leading man. Oh, boy, is he handsome.
But, Mary, you're not going to make a picture.
Who wants to?
Oh, I see. Who's that knocking on the door, Mary?
The sound effects man.
Never mind that. See who it is.
Come in.
I'd like to see Mr. Benny, please. Tell him it's Mitchell Lyson.
Oh, hello, Mr. Lyson. Come right in. Oh, Mary, this is Mitch Lyson, the man who's going to direct my picture.
Hello, Mary.
Hello. Gee, I wonder if he likes me, too.
What brings you here, Mr. Lyson?
Well, Jack, we start shooting the picture tomorrow. I thought I'd come over and get a few things straightened out.
Oh, that's fine.
I brought my cameraman along. This is Mr. Sparkle. We call him Sparky.
Oh, how do you do?
How are you?
Who's that third fellow, Jack?
Quiet, that's the camera. Gee, I hope I'll photograph all right.
I think you'll be okay, Jack. Of course, your hair's a little gray, but we can photograph you with your hat on.
A butler with a hat on. Won't I be too tall?
Well, you can take your shoes off.
That's fine. A barefooted butler with a hat on.
Must be a society picture.
Mary.
And another thing. Those ears should go back a little.
My ears. Well, can't you pull my hat down over them?
Well, you can try it.
Oh.
Now, let me see. Your eyes, they seem to be a little too close together.
My eyes.
There goes that hat down again.
Quiet.
What do you think, Sparky?
Oh, I guess we can move his eyes back about an inch.
Now, wait a minute, boys. Anything for art, but don't get them too far back.
We won't.
You know what I mean. I don't want people whispering in my eye.
You know, Sparky, his legs could be straightened out a little.
Huh, a lot.
Gee, Jack, outside of your face and figure, you're perfect.
Yeah.
Now, Jack, you know we shoot your scene tomorrow. I want you to be up in your part. Do you think you know it?
I think so.
Let me hear it. Now, remember, the lovers are seated on the Davenport, and as the phone rings, the butler walks in.
That's me.
Yeah, now read your line.
All right. Madam, you're wanted on the phone. How's that, Mr. Lyson?
Take it again.
Madam, you're wanted on the phone. How's that?
Well, I think you can get more out of it. Can I hear it again, please?
Madam, you're wanted on the phone. Was that better?
Now, look, Jack, you read the line all right, but you're not living it.
I'm not. Gee whiz.
No, you must think of what you're saying. Now, when you walk into that room, whom do you see?
Somebody else getting the job.
Mary, let me get this, will you? I see my employer's wife in the arms of her lover.
Exactly. And you have a message for her, haven't you?
Yes, sir.
It's an important message, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
Then let it come out. Now, come on, try it again. Relax. Relax!
Madam, you are wanted on the phone. How's that?
That's not it at all. Now, let me try and explain the situation.
I wish you would.
Now, first of all, where is this woman wanted?
On the phone.
Exactly.
Yeah.
She's not wanted on the chandelier, is she?
No, sir. No, sir.
And she's not wanted on the ceiling, is she?
No, sir.
Not unless she's a fly.
Please, Mary.
She's wanted on the phone.
Yes, sir.
Then say it. For the love of Mike, say it.
Madam, you're wanted on the say it.
The phone! The phone!
The phone is wanted on the say it. Oh, I don't know what I'm saying anymore. Gee, you got me all excited. The phone, the phone.
Gee, what a phony part.
You got me all mixed up. Now, listen, Lyson, you've been lousing up this part long enough. In the first place, Mr. Gensler said my part would be bigger.
Oh, he did, eh?
Yes.
All right, I'll tell you what. Instead of saying phone, say telephone.
Well, thanks. Madam, you're wanted on the telephone.
Say, Jack, I know how you can make your part even bigger.
How?
Well, if the madam gets a divorce, you could say, Mademoiselle, you're wanted on the telephone.
That's right. If she happens to be French, I can say, Mademoiselle from Armentières, you're wanted on the telephone.
Now, wait a minute, Jack. Don't try to hog the picture.
I'm not. Don't worry. Come in.
Hello, friends.
Oh, Schlepperman. What are you doing here?
I got a very important message for you.
What is it?
You're wanted on the telephone.
Eureka! That's it. That's the way I want that line read. Come up here, you.
Are you alluding to me?
Yes, you, Slap. He wants you to read my line.
All right, but make it snappy. I left a hot iron on Mr. Gensler's fence.
I wish Gensler was in him.
Now, look. I want you to show Mr. Benny how to read that line.
What line?
You're wanted on the telephone.
Wait a minute, Mr. Lyson. This guy is no actor. He's a tailor.
That's me, Robert Taylor.
Imagine Loretta Young playing opposite Schlepperman.
What can I lose?
Well, we're losing a lot of time. Now, will you please try Mr. Benny's line? Madam, you're wanted on the telephone.
Madam, you're wanted on the telephone.
Try it again.
Madam, you're wanted on the telephone.
Once more, please.
Madam, you're wanted on the telephone.
Hey, that's fine, Schlep. Is that the way you want me to read that line, Mr. Lyson?
That's what I want. That's it. Play, young crow. Jack Benny starts his summer vacation. So do Mary and Kenny, Johnny Green, and Schlepperman. We'll miss all of you, Jack, but just the same, it's grand to know that you're coming back to us in the fall. When you return October 4th, we hope you'll be good and rested after a swell summer, all ready for another successful Jell-O year. And right now, we want to thank you listeners for helping to make this year such a success. You've shown us that you enjoy these programs, and you've shown us in the most practical way of all, you've gone out and bought Jell-O. We hope you'll keep right on buying it. And we also hope you'll keep right on tuning in at the same time, because Jell-O and I are going to stay on the air. Next Sunday, we start the Jell-O Summer Show. I'll be on hand as Master of Ceremonies, and who knows, I may even find a little time to tell you a thing or two about those 6 delicious flavors. And because we want to keep you in good humor during the summer, we're bringing you Tim Ryan and Irene Noblette, comedy team of radio, stage, and screen, who will keep you so happy you'll forget all about the heat. In addition, you'll hear the smooth rhythms of Don Voorhees and his new Jell-O Orchestra, and the thrilling voice of Morton Bow, our tenor. Be with us on our opening night. Listen in next Sunday, same time and station, to the new Jell-O Summer Show. Tim Ryan, Irene Noblette, Morton Bow, Don Voorhees, and yours truly, Don Wilson.
This is the last number of the last program in the present Jell-O series, and we'll be back again on Sunday, October 4th. And don't forget, folks, the new Jell-O Summer Show next Sunday night at the same time, starring Tim Ryan and Irene Noblette, Don Voorhees Orchestra, and Morton Bow, with Don Wilson as your Master of Ceremonies. I know you'll like it. I want to take this opportunity of thanking Harry W. Kahn, my author, for his splendid cooperation. I also want to thank Ed Beloin and Bill Morrow, who have helped me write my radio programs for the past 12 weeks during Mr. Kahn's illness. I want to thank Curtis Mitchell and the readers of Radio Guide for making it possible for me to win the Radio Guide contest again this year. Gee, it's a thrill.
Say, Jack,
What, Mary?
why don't you thank me for something?
All right, thanks, Mary. Good night, folks, and many thanks for listening in.
The arrangement of Love and Gloom heard on tonight's Jell-O program was made for us by Johnny Green. This program has come to you from the NBC studios in Hollywood. This is the National Broadcasting Company.
Listening to Chesterton Radio at Chesterton Radio. Chesterton Radio, your home for podcasts of works by G.K. Chesterton, plus drama, comedy, mystery, science fiction, big bands, and much more. The soundtrack to your Chesterton day at chestertonradio.com.
The Jell-O program, coming to you from Hollywood, California, starring Jack Benny, with Mary Livingston, Phil Harris, Dennis Day, and yours truly, Don Wilson. The orchestra opens the program with Goodnight Moonlight. The sweetest words of tongue or pen are, let's have that same dessert again. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, those are the happy words that every housewife loves to hear. And believe me, those are the words you do hear whenever there's Jell-O for dessert. Because Jell-O is a dessert that folks like to see on the table just as often as possible. And no matter how often you serve Jell-O, it never wears out its welcome. One reason is Jell-O always looks so wonderfully good, with its bright colors reflecting all the rich beauty of fresh sun-ripened fruit. And Jell-O always tastes so good, too, no matter which one of Jell-O's 6 delicious flavors you choose. There are the rich, tempting flavors that recall the season's first strawberries, raspberries, and cherries. Also, Jell-O's grand citrus flavors, orange, lemon, and lime, all of them just as gloriously refreshing as the dewy, fresh fruit itself. So, friends, order some Jell-O from your grocer tomorrow, and while you're about it, ask for several packages of those popular new Jell-O puddings, Jell-O chocolate pudding, Jell-O vanilla pudding, and Jell-O butterscotch pudding. They're really swell. played by the orchestra. And now, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to announce that next week marks our final appearance on the air for this season. So tonight we bring you our master of ceremonies who has one more Sunday to greet you.
That's right, Don.
One more broadcast.
Yes, sir.
And one more paycheck.
Yikes!
Jack Benny.
Hello again. This is Jack Benny talking. And, Don, here we are coming to the close of another season. Gosh, the months sure fly by, don't they?
Yes, they do, Jack. They certainly do.
You know, it doesn't seem possible that vacation time is so near. Just think, a couple of more weeks and I'll be on a boat bound for good old Honolulu.
Honolulu, eh? Ah, that ought to be a grand trip. Have you ever been there before, Jack?
Yes, Don, about 10 years ago. But the grass skirts were much longer then. I'll probably never recognize the old place. Gee, I can hardly wait to get on that beach at Waikiki.
Ah, it must be gorgeous with that tropical scenery and everything. And I understand they have a couple of very lovely hotels right there on the ocean.
That's right, the Royal Hawaiian and the Moana. And let me tell you something, Don. Those two hotels are tops. They're the last word in luxury.
So I hear. Which one are you stopping at, Jack?
Neither. You see, I've already made reservations at the Sweet Leilani Auto Court. It's brand new, and it's just a short walk to the bus that takes you to the beach. It should be swell there. Huh?
The Sweet Leilani Auto Court? Jack, now, you only take a vacation once a year. Why don't you live at the Royal Hawaiian?
Well, I want to relax, Don. I want a place where I don't have to dress for dinner every night.
But, Jack, the Royal Hawaiian is a perfect place for relaxation. You don't have to dress for dinner unless you want to.
Oh. Well, Don, you see, the Sweet Leilani is American plan. That's the way I like to live when I travel. No fuss or inconvenience.
But, Jack, the Royal Hawaiian is American plan, too.
Oh. Well, Don, as long as I'm going for a rest, I want a place that's small and intimate.
But, Jack...
Oh. Now, forget it, Don. My mind's made up.
Well, it's your vacation, so I guess you can live where you want to. By the way, what are the rates at the Sweet Leilani?
It's $8 a day for the regular tourists and $5 for us beach boys. Oh, you can't beat it, huh?
Say, Jack.
Oh, hello, Mary.
Hello. Say, Jack, if you're going to Honolulu, you ought to buy a new bathing suit.
Why? What's wrong with the bathing suit I have now?
Well, for one thing, it's got long pants.
Mary, my trunks only go to the knees.
Not when they're wet.
Never mind. Don't make things up.
Well, Jack, if Mary's talking about that suit you wear around your swimming pool, it is a little old-fashioned.
Old-fashioned?
Yeah, you ought to rip that Coney Island off the back. You're in the West now.
Mary, I like that suit, and it's not old-fashioned. I got it only a year ago in my father's store in Waukegan.
Well, it must have been under something that wasn't selling.
I'd like to see something in that store that Dad couldn't get rid of. You know, my father has a slogan. If it don't sell in a year, I'll wrap it up and we'll dicker later. He's some salesman.
I know. When we were in Waukegan last June, he told me I had a figure like Dorothy Lamour.
Oh, he was kidding, Don.
He was not. He sold me a sarong.
There you are. That's Dad for you.
You think that's something? He sold me a sailor suit.
A sailor suit?
If I don't find a sailor, it's a total loss.
Well, that's rich. So Dad finally got rid of it, eh? Say, Mary, come to think of it, I'd like to borrow that outfit. I can wear it on the boat to Honolulu.
Are you going by boat? I thought you were going to swim.
Now, cut that out. I'm going on the Luraline, and it's a great big ocean liner.
Oh, you know, Jack, I envy you that trip to Honolulu. Are you going to stay there all summer?
I'd like to, Don, but I have to be back by the end of July to start my new picture.
Oh, that's right. That's the one you're going to make with Fred Allen, isn't it?
That's what Paramount thought, but I straightened that out. I spoke to Mark Sandwich, the director, and Mr. Allen has been eliminated from the cast. In the first place, how would they ever photograph that face of his?
What's the matter with his face?
I could talk for an hour on that. Why, do you know, Don, when we were in New York last month, the bags under Allen's eyes looked at Phil Harris's and said, "My son, my son." Anyway, I put my foot down, and Mr. Allen will not appear in my vehicle.
Well, that's news to me.
Say, Jack, who's going to be your leading lady?
Only lovely, beautiful Mary Martin. That's all.
Mary Martin. Well, isn't that the girl that used to sing My Heart Belongs to Daddy?
Yep, that's her.
Is she going to sing it in your picture?
I don't know. It's a kind of an old song.
Well, you're an old daddy. Revive it.
Mary, just let me worry about my picture, and everything will be all right. Oh, hello, Philsy.
Hiya, Jackson. I hear you're getting ready for that big vacation in a couple of weeks.
Yes, sir. Where are you going this summer, Phil?
Oh, I don't know. I haven't made up my mind yet.
Why don't you go to Honolulu and see Jack's bathing suit?
Oh, quiet. Have you ever been to Honolulu, Phil?
No, but I sure wish I could go. Oh, boy, how I'd like to sit on the beach in the moonlight with a couple of those cute little papayas in my arms.
Cute little what?
Papayas, you know, girls, dames.
Papayas?
Sure. Don't you speak Honolulian?
Honolulian? Phil, in the Hawaiian language, a papaya is a melon. A girl is called Awani.
Oh, Jack, you're wrong about that. Awani is the name of the hotel we stopped at in Yosemite.
Oh, yes.
A Hawaiian girl is a wahine.
Oh, that's right. That's the word. So you see, Phil, what you really mean is you'd like to be on the beach in the moonlight with a couple of wahinis.
Let it go. I'll get some local stuff.
That's the idea, Phil, and I know your technique. You drive down the boulevard in that flashy car of yours and da-da-da-da. Can I give you a lift, honey? That's you. By the way, does your guitar player still sit in the rumble seat with a lasso? Does he?
Now, wait a minute. Don't mention that dumbbell. He roped the cop yesterday.
Roped the cop?
Yeah, what a nitwit. I told him 1,000,000 times. Anything in blue, lay off.
Oh, he's nearsighted, eh?
Yeah.
I should have known that. He hasn't hit the strings on his guitar in 8 weeks. Well, Phil, so much for your private life. And now, inasmuch as there are millions of people listening in that are just dying to hear one of your numbers, how about playing something?
I'll be only too happy to acquiesce.
Oh, my goodness, he got it right. Play, Junior, and go to the head of the class.
I ought to get more dough for them big words. Hit it, boys.
That was Your Guess is as Good as Mine, played by Phil Harris and his orchestra. Oh, say, Phil, before I forget it, when I leave for Honolulu the week after next, I wish you'd bring your entire band down to the boat and play Aloha for me. You know, give me a real send-off.
Well, that Aloha's a pretty tricky number. I don't know if we'll have time to learn it.
All right, play Tiger Rag, but be at the boat. Now, let's see. Oh, yes, Don.
Yes, Jack.
I want you down there to cheer and wave and holler Bon Voyage to me. And Mary, you bring a lot of confetti and throw it at me. You understand?
Yeah. What about Dennis Day? What's he going to do?
I got him down for a basket of fruit. You know, an apple and a banana and 3 or 4 bottles of champagne. And this is very important. I want all of you to be there early.
Well, come to think about it, Jack, I may not be able to make it.
You be there, Don. I want everybody on that boat to know how much my gang thinks of me.
I'll bring an onion so I can cry.
It won't be necessary. Now, look, fellas, I want you to remember one thing. On the dock, before I leave, I want you all to cheer and be happy. But as the boat is pulling out, I want those cheers to gradually taper off as you realize that you won't see me again for 4 weeks. So your mood suddenly changes from gaiety to sadness. Do you get it?
Yeah, what time is rehearsal?
There'll be no rehearsal. I want it to be sincere. And, by the way, Don, do you think I ought to take along some Jell-O with me? You know, I'll be gone for quite a while.
No, Jack. Jell-O's an established dessert in the Hawaiian Islands.
It is?
Why, certainly. And that reminds me. Connie's and Wahinis. The next time you're in the mood for a tempting and appetizing nakawakia, why not run down to your neighborhood halakui and ask him for a package of Jell-O?
That must be Jell-O.
You will find that it's not only economical and easy to huma cow.
Easy to huma cow. That's a pip.
But it comes in 6 delicious flavors. So insist on genuine Jell-O and always look for the big red letters on the huma nuka kuma mawa pow.
Why, Don, does that long word mean box?
Kakua.
Well, that's the best plugola we've had this year. And so, ladies and gentlemen, we leave the beautiful Hawaiian Islands and wend our way back across the broad Pacific to Sunset and Vine. Ah, what a trip.
Say, Jackson, I just happened to think of something.
Oh, fine. What is it?
If you're going to take a vacation this summer, how are you going to make that picture with Fred Allen?
Phil, I explained that before you came in. I'm not starting that picture before the end of July, and Mr. Allen is not going to be in it. I had him scuttled.
Well, I heard his program Wednesday night, and he said
I don't care what he said. And incidentally, Phil, you know my rule. That'll cost you $5 for listening to Allen's broadcast. You want to pay me now, or shall I deduct it?
You wouldn't dare dock me, brother.
I wouldn't, eh? Well, if your paycheck isn't $5 light this week, may I be under the shower when the pot of gold calls. And take your fine like a man.
Fines, rules. I never saw a guy like you.
What's your complaint?
$5 fine if we listen to Alan's program. $2 fine if we're late for our show.
Well?
I got one more laugh than you did last Sunday, and you docked me $7.50.
Well, you got that big laugh at my expense. When I happened to mention that my fortune teller, Madame Zuzu, predicted that I'd win the Academy Award next year, you said she ought to be rated. Nice talk.
Well, they closed her up, didn't they?
That's just a coincidence. Madame Zuzu is no phony.
Well, if she's so good, why didn't she look in her crystal ball and see the police coming?
Phil, go down to the clink and ask her. Don't bother me. And another thing, Harris, for trying to corner me, it's going to cost you another $5. So hand it over.
I think that's awful. Don't you, Phil?
Well, I don't mind paying the fine so much, but I hate to see all that dough go out of circulation.
Oh. So now you're getting wise, eh? Trying to be comical, eh? Well, listen, stupid.
Yes, please?
Oh, hello, Dennis. Well, you're a little late tonight, aren't you?
I'll have to owe it to you. I'm broke.
That's all right, Dennis. Forget it. You're a nice kid, and I won't take advantage of you. I'll tell you what you can do, though. When I sail for Honolulu, you can bring me a big basket of fruit.
A basket of fruit?
Yes. After all, you can't come down to the boat empty-handed.
Why not?
Read your contract.
Now, wait a minute, Mary. If Dennis thinks the world of me and wants to bring me a big basket of fruit with a couple of bottles of champagne in it, that's his business.
Champagne? What's going on here?
All right, Dennis, settle down. And now that you're here, may we have our usual delightful tenor solo?
Sure, but isn't Mr. Harris going to play a band number first?
Dennis, if you'd have been here on time, you'd realize that Mr. Harris and his boys have already barbecued a selection. So now it's your turn.
Okay.
Sing, Dennis.
Gee, champagne.
Dennis.
I was better off when I was jerking sodas.
Dennis, sing. For all I've done for that kid, he begrudges me a bottle of champagne.
Love, don't be so cruel to me. Love, don't make a fool of me. Please give me just a sign. Please say that you'll be mine. Say it, say it, say it, softly and gently, and then over and over again. Never stop saying you're mine. When you say I love you, the same old I love you, they whisper in stories and plays. You can change I love you, the same old I love you, to oh, such a heavenly phrase. So say it softly and gently, and then over and over again. Never stop saying you're
That was Say It, sung by Dennis Day. And Dennis, that's a beautiful number, really lovely. By the way, that's from some picture, isn't it?
Yeah, that's from Buck Benny Rides Again.
Oh, it is. Oh. Well, it's a grand song.
I was going to sing Playmates, but you made me change it.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, for our feature attraction tonight...
Remember, we were out in the lobby and you told me...
Dennis. And tonight, ladies and gentlemen, for our feature attraction... Scram, kid. For our feature attraction... The Benny Jokes Like Mother Used to Make players will present their version of the Los Angeles telephone directory. A murder mystery entitled Number Please, or It Wasn't the Switchboard That Was Plugged. Now, in this thrilling drama, I will play the part of Oxford 7071, who is madly in love with Hollywood 2734. So she leaves her husband, West Los Angeles 33022 Jr., but her husband doesn't mind, because he's secretly in love with a blonde Burbank unlisted number. Catch on? Now, in this drama, who can that be?
Very nice. 3,500. Open up.
Well, it's Andy Devine. Come on in, Andy. Well, hello, Andy.
Hiya, Buck.
Well, hello, Mayor. It's good to see you again, Andy.
Well, it's nice to see you again, Andy. Hey, you don't get into Hollywood as often as you used to.
Oh, it's getting too cityfied, Buck. When I drive down Vine Street in my horse and buggy, everybody stares at me.
Oh, still driving the old nag, eh? Can you imagine that, Mary? Andy drives into town in a horse and buggy.
He ought to be up to date and get a Maxwell, eh, Sporty?
Hey, Sparty. Gee, you're cute tonight.
And another thing.
Always goes...
And another thing, Buck.
What?
When they built this NBC studio, they forgot to put a hitching post out in front. There ain't no place to tie my horse.
Well, just hitch it to a song plugger. There are plenty of them standing around. Say, Andy,
Andy, how did you happen to drop in today, anyway?
Well, Buck, you only got one more broadcast to do, so I come over to see if I could handle the summer show.
The summer show? Well, Andy, what could you do with this program?
Well, I could take your place as MC.
Uh-huh.
My hired man could be Don Wilson, and Ma could be Mary.
Well, who could you get to be Phil Harris?
Pa, he'll drink anything.
Oh, well, that'll help. Of course, your paw don't look like Phil.
Well, we could curl his hair if we can get the burrs out of it.
I know, Andy, but can he handle the job? I mean, does he know anything about music?
Not a thing, Buck.
That cinches it.
Yup, he's your man.
Why do I do it? Why do I stand for all these insults?
Because you can't get a job anywhere else. Now go sit down. Well, I'll tell you, Andy, I'd love to give you and your folks a chance at this program, but everything is pretty well set. You see, the Aldrich family has taken over the show for the summer.
They are?
Yep.
No chance for the Devine family, huh?
No, I'm sorry, Andy.
Well, I better run home and tell Pa before he takes that bath.
Yes, I would. Well, so long, Andy.
So long, Buck. Oh, by the way, there's an old friend of yours in town. Did you see him?
An old friend? Who?
Fred Allen.
Fred Allen? Fred Allen's in town?
Sure, I just saw him go into the Brown Derby.
Oh, it must have been Bull Montana. It couldn't have been Allen.
Well, Jack, that's what we've been trying to tell you. It's been in all the papers.
Do you mean that...
Certainly. Allen's out here to make that picture with you, and he's going to be in it whether you like it or not.
Oh, he is, eh? Mary, get me Mark Sandrich on the phone. It's Hollywood 2411.
Okay.
I'll straighten this thing out in a hurry.
Well, so long, Buck. I hope I didn't start any trouble.
Don't worry, Andy. I'll handle it. So long. Allen, I'm going to have that guy kicked right out of California.
Oh, Jack, stop acting like a kid. Is it going to kill you to make a picture with Allen?
Don, that's a fate worse than death. Believe me.
Be reasonable, Jackson. The guy came all the way out here. What's he going to do all summer?
Let him get a tan over that jaundice of his. What do I care? In the first place, he has no...
Hello? Mr. Mark Sandridge, please.
I'd like to make a picture just once where I don't have to go through a lot of aggravation.
Hello, Mr. Sandridge. Jack Benny is calling. No, Jack Benny. Benny.
Spell it for him. It begins with a B.
B-E-N.
Give me that phone. Hello? Hello, Mr. Sandrich. This is Jack Benny, the star of Man About Town and Buck Benny Rides Again.
Why don't you mention some of those stinkers you made?
Never mind. Now, look, Mr. Sandridge, I thought I made it clear that I will not make a picture with Fred Allen. I don't care if he has got a contract. Tear it up. No, his. But look, Mr. Sandridge, the guy has no class. He's a low comedian. I can't afford to be in a picture with him.
Tell him you'll quit.
I quit. Mary. Now, look, Mr. Sandridge, if you think I'm going to... But... I know, but...
Say, Don, are you going home right after the broadcast?
Yes, I was planning to. Why?
I know, but...
Well, I was wondering if you'd give me a lift. You go right by my house.
I'll be glad to, Mary.
I know, but...
Say, Dennis, you coming over to Wilshire Bowl tonight?
Well, I was going to, Mr. Harris, but I haven't got a date.
Come over anyway, kid. I'll get a cute girl for you.
I know, but... Get one for me, too, Phil. I know, but... Well, look, Mr. Sandwich, we might as well get this straightened out right now. I am not going to make a picture with Fred Allen. You can't team a horse with a jackass. Oh, yeah? Just say that again. Oh, yeah? Is that so?
You got your encore. Hang up.
Well, we'll talk this over later, Mr. Sandridge. Goodbye. Well, that's that. Now, there's just one more thing to settle. Say, Don, where did Andy say he saw Fred Allen?
Going into the Brown Derby.
Oh, the Brown Derby, eh? Well, as soon as we're through, I'm going to stroll over there and give that wise guy a good talking to. Say, Phil.
What?
Come along with me and bring your boys. I'll treat them to a sandwich. You come too, Mary.
Here are two things, ladies and gentlemen, that go together just as naturally as a knife and fork. Fresh ripe strawberries and rich, delicious Jell-O. Yes, sir, and you'll find they blend especially well in the newest Jell-O creation called Jell-O Strawberry Tarts. This novel dessert is cram full of delightful goodness, and you can make it in practically no time at all. All you have to do is first take a package of Jell-O, using any flavor you prefer, and make it up as you usually do. Next, pour it over sweetened fresh strawberries and chill until slightly thickened. Then turn into cold baked tart shells and chill until firm. And there, friends, is something mighty swell, a first-rate treat that looks grand and tastes even grander. So tomorrow, serve the family this new and distinctive dessert, Jell-O Strawberry Tarts, a gay, tempting combination of plump, juicy, ripe, fresh strawberries and rich, thrilling flavor of Jell-O. This is the last number of the 36th program in the current Jell-O series, and we'll be with you again next Sunday night at the same time. And now, ladies and gentlemen, I have a very important announcement to make. The destruction in Europe has stricken millions of innocent civilians. In this, their hour of need, the American Red Cross is rushing help at once in your name. Won't you give just as much as you can to the Red Cross Relief Fund? Give immediately through your local Red Cross chapter.
Thank you, Don. Good night, folks.
This is the National Radio. Food, good and beautiful at Chesterton
The Jack
Radio.
Benny program, presented by Lucky Strike. When you buy, keep your eye on the red bullseye. Keep your eye on the red bullseye. When you buy, keep your eye on Lucky Strike. LSMFT. Lucky Strike means fine tobacco. American. Lucky Strike presents The Man Who Knows. Mr. Fernie Simmons King, independent tobacco buyer of Lexington, Kentucky, has bought over 10 million pounds of tobacco in the last 36 years. Mr. King recently said,
Season after season, I've seen the makers of Lucky Strike buy real fine tobacco. Ripe, light tobacco that makes a swell smoke.
At auction after auction, experts like Mr. King, men who really know tobacco, can see the makers of Lucky Strike consistently select and buy that fine, that light, that naturally mild tobacco. So, when you buy, keep your eye on the red bullseye. Keep your eye on the red bullseye. When you buy, keep your eye on Lucky Strike. And remember, LSMFT, Lucky Strike means fine tobacco. So smoke that smoke of fine tobacco, Lucky Strike. So round, so firm, so fully packed, so free and easy on the draw.
The Lucky Strike program starring Jack Benny with Mary Livingston, Phil Harris, Rochester, Dennis Day, and yours truly, Don Wilson. Ladies and gentlemen, the past summer all over America, millions of people went on vacations. And for the first time in many years, Jack Benny, the star of our show, visited the garden spots of America. After finishing a successful radio season last June, he went directly to the beautiful Sun Valley Hotel in Sun Valley, Idaho.
Oh, Clerk.
Yes, sir?
My name is Farnsworth. My wife and I have reservations here starting today.
Oh, just a second. Let me check that.
Isn't this a beautiful hotel, dear?
The nicest I've ever seen, darling.
Oh, yes, here we are. Mr. and Mrs. Donald Farnsworth. You're in Suite 316. I'll have your bags taken care of.
Oh, boy. Boy?
Yes, sir. Take Mr. and Mrs. Farnsworth to Suite 316.
Gee, the honeymoon suite.
And boy.
Yes, sir.
This time, leave whether they tip you or not.
Yes, sir. This way, please.
After 3 glorious weeks in Sun Valley, Jack Benny next visited the world-famous Broadmoor Hotel in Colorado Springs.
My goodness, Wilbur, the dining room is certainly crowded. I do hope we're fortunate enough to get a table.
Well, all we can do is try, Genevieve. I'll talk to the head waiter. Oh, Captain.
Oui, monsieur.
We'd like a table for two.
Eh bien, a table for two. I will talk to one of my waiters, see if we have one available. Oh, Pierre. Pierre.
Oui, mon capitaine.
Avez-nous une table pour deux?
Je ne crois pas.
Pourquoi pas?
Il est trop personne ici. Il est très crowded.
I am so terribly sorry, monsieur, but no table for two are available. There will be a 1 hour wait.
1 hour? Look, Captain, here's $5.
Time she fly, doesn't it? Oh, Pierre, give this couple a nice table.
Oui, mon capitaine. Très bien. And remember, $2.50 of that is mine.
What?
Vive la France!
The summer wore on, and it was with a heavy heart that Jack finally said farewell to the beautiful Broadmoor Hotel and spent the remainder of his vacation at the jewel of the Pacific, Catalina Island.
Hey, Willie, look. Here comes the SS Catalina into dock.
Yeah, and look, Skinny. Look at all the tourists she's bringing in.
Gosh, I hope they ain't no cheapskates on board.
Yeah. Hey, look, they're starting to throw the coins already.
Yeah, get ready to dive. One of the ladies just threw a quarter.
It's my turn, fellows.
Whee! Oh, nuts. He goes first every time.
Yeah. You know, for an old man, he can sure stay underwater a long
time. You should have been here yesterday when a guy threw in a silver dollar.
Did he stay under long?
Twice he sent up for sandwiches.
Sandwiches?
Just the bread. He caught his own sardines. When he finally came up, he was covered with barnacles. Oh, look. There he comes up now.
Nah, that's only his hair.
Oh, yeah. Well, let's wait till his glasses come up and then go.
But all good things must come to an end, and so did our hero's travels. And now tonight, after a glorious vacation, we bring you the star of our show, Jack Benny.
Thank you. Hello again. This is Jack Benny talking. And Don, even though you did exaggerate, I must say I had a wonderful summer.
I'll bet you did, Jack. When did you get back from Catalina?
Yesterday afternoon. You see, Oh, pardon me a minute. I had a little water in my ear. Well, Don, here we are back on the air again, and I haven't seen you since last June. What'd you do all summer?
Oh, nothing much. I just cruised around on my yacht.
Well, that's... On your what? On your what, Don?
On my yacht.
You own a yacht?
Oh, yes. Bought it just a few months ago.
Don, you bought a yacht on what I...
I was lucky in the stock market.
Oh, you must have been, Don. You must have been. So you spent most of your time on the yacht, eh? Where'd you go?
Oh, I cruised up and down the coast, and then I took one trip into the Atlantic.
Cruising the Atlantic? Hey, that must have been nice.
Oh, it was, but I had a little trouble getting through the Panama Canal.
Don, is your yacht that big?
Oh, the boat got through. I had trouble.
I see. Well, Don, now that we're here...
Jack.
What?
Ask me what I named my yacht, huh?
What?
Yeah.
Oh, all right, Don. What did you name your yacht?
I call it the Girdle.
Good. Now, let's get on with the...
Ask me why I call my yacht the Girdle.
Don, okay, why do you call your yacht the Girdle?
Because it takes a lot of little tugs to get her out of her slip.
Don, Freedom Train. Control your caboose. Don, you should have saved that old joke for next Sunday, October 12th.
Why?
Because that's Columbus Day, and he was the first one to tell it. Don, I'm ashamed of you starting off a season by telling an awful joke. What's that?
Stand aside, Jackson. It's me, Prince Charming.
Phil! Phil!
All you ladies in the audience can sit down now.
Phil, what kind of an entrance was that?
Well, this is the first show, Jackson. You got to come on big. Harris ain't the modest type. I ain't no stinking violet.
That's shrinking! But we'll leave it your way. Anyway, I'm glad to see you, Phil.
Hello, Phil.
Oh, hello, Donzie. Hey, gosh, Jackson, I haven't seen you all summer. Come here, you pretty thing, you. Oh, you dove. Let me slap you on the back.
Phil, please.
Now, come here now. Come over.
Thanks, Phil. You cleaned out my other ear.
Holy smoke, where'd you get all that water?
It's nothing. By the way, Phil, you look awfully well. You must have taken pretty good care of yourself this summer.
Yeah, I took it easy, Jackson. I loafed around home for a while, and then I had to go to Atlantic City for the bathing beauty contest.
Oh, were you one of the judges?
No, I was Miss Encino.
Phil, how could you be Miss Encino?
That's where I live.
What?
It was either me or Alice, and I was going east anyway.
Well, better luck next year, Phil, but don't tell me that's all you did all summer.
No, well, just before coming back to work, I thought I'd better get a little rest, so I spent 3 glorious weeks at the Frankfurt Distillery.
Frankfurt Distillery?
Yeah, what scenery.
I can imagine it.
I sent you a postcard, Jackson, but the mailman drank it.
That's what I like about you, Phil. Entering a beauty contest, vacationing in a distillery. You and Duz will do anything. Only Duz does it with water. Hey, that's pretty good, isn't it? Huh?
Say, Phil, talking about jokes, ask me the name of my yacht.
Okay, Donzie, what's the name of your yacht?
I call it the Girdle because it takes a lot of...
No, Donzie, no, not that oldie. Save it till next Sunday.
Why?
Because that's Columbus Day, and Columbus told it to Jackson.
Now, wait a minute. Look, fellas, we're starting a new season, so let's not
Hooray! Hooray for the Yankees! Hooray for the New York Yankees!
Dennis!
Hooray for the New York Yankees! What a team!
Dennis, what are you so happy about? The Yankees lost today.
I know. I bet on the Dodgers.
Oh, well, that's different. How much did you bet?
$18 million.
Dennis, are you crazy? How can you make a bet like that? $18 million.
I couldn't resist. They gave me 9 to 5.
Now, Dennis, I don't want all that silly talking here. 9 to 5, $18 million. Anybody give you a bet like that must have 2 heads.
Oh, you know him?
Yes, I know him. The 3 of us play pinochle together. Now, come on, Dennis. As long as you're here, let's have your song. Huh?
Okay, but wait till I say hello to Don. I haven't seen him for 4 months. Hello, Don.
Hello, Dennis.
Now, Mr. Benny...
Dennis, aren't you going to say hello to Phil?
Oh, I saw him in Atlantic City.
Phil, roll down your pants legs. The contest is over. Miss Encino. Now, come on, Dennis. Let's have your song.
Okay.
Wait a minute. Come in.
Mr. Benny, as this is your opening broadcast, I came here to tell you...
We cut you at rehearsal.
Oh.
Poor fella, I should have told him. He bought a tuxedo and everything. Go ahead, kid.
Many rings on your fingers, naughty Angela. You laugh at romance that lingers, naughty Angela. You take a heart, then you break it just for fun. Someday you'll break one too many. Yours may be the one. Everyone kisses a flower filled with sweet perfume. Nobody kisses the flower when it's lost its bloom. So come to my arms, mischief-making baby. Settle down and just be mine. 'Cause deep in your heart, you're a good little girl. Naughty baby, settle down and just be mine. 'Cause deep in your heart, you're a good little girl. Naughty
Naughty Angeline, sung by Dennis Day and accompanied by Naughty Miss Encino. And Dennis, I must tell you that your voice is better than ever. You know, Dennis, most singers have to study, vocalize constantly, and exercise their diaphragm to attain such rich, vibrant, tonal quality. What do?
I gargle.
Well, I guess that's good, too, you know? But your voice sounds...
Oh, Jack, look, here comes Mary.
Well, it's about time. Wow. Hey, what a reception, Mary. Everybody's happy that you're back, you know?
I'm happy, too, and gee, it's good to see all you fellas again.
Yeah.
I'm going to give each one of you a nice big kiss. Come on, Don.
Right here, Mary.
Phil?
Here I am, Livy. Make me forget about the South.
Dennis?
Come on, Livy, make me forget about Miss Encino.
Here you are. And now you, Jack.
Oh, Mary, not in front of all these people.
Oh, come here. I'm going to kiss you.
Oh, all right.
Gee, Old Faithful.
Jack, what in the world was that?
Oh, I just brought back a little water from Catalina. You know?
Oh, Jack, you always have to bring home souvenirs. Last time it was towels.
Mary, when did you ever see me walk out of a hotel with a towel?
The time your pants didn't come back and we had to catch a train.
Well, that was an emergency. I had to wear that towel. What are you laughing at?
You made me call your mother so you wouldn't look silly.
All right, all right.
Mother wore towels.
Just until my pants came back. Anyway, Mary, I'm so glad to see you. I don't care what you say.
I am too, Mary, and you look absolutely gorgeous in that new dress.
Well, thank you, Don.
It is a lovely dress, Mary, but isn't it unusual coming to a broadcast with a bare midriff?
This isn't a bare midriff. Still has his arm around me.
Still. I thought it was a kind of a funny place for a tattoo, U.S. Navy. Phil, put your coat on.
Say, Mary, are you going in for that new style, you know, the long skirts that all the girls are wearing?
Well, Don, I haven't made up my mind yet, but on some types they do look very attractive.
Well, maybe so, Mary, but I don't think I like them.
Then why'd you let the hem out of your nightgown?
I didn't let the hem out. I added more lace. I can go along with a gag, sister. Now, Mary, stop being silly.
Yes, Livy, refrain from that raucous injecture of extraneous spontaneity.
Yes, be a little... Phil. Philsy. Would you mind saying that once more?
Oh, no, you don't, Buster. If you want to hear it again, listen into the repeat show.
I thought it was an accident. Anytime you use words of more than one syllable...
Entree.
Shut up! Come in.
Telegram for Jack Benny.
Oh, thanks, boy. Here's a tip for you. Here.
Thanks.
Say, Jack, what kind of a tip was that?
Yeah, you gave the boy a nickel and a copy of the Cosmopolitan magazine.
Well, you see, there's a story about me in this month's Cosmopolitan.
Well, what about the nickel?
After he reads what they say about me, that nickel will look like $1,000. I know what I'm doing.
Hey, Jackson, who's the wire from?
I don't know. Read it, Mary.
Okay. Oh, Jack, it's from Fred Allen.
Tear it up.
I will not.
All right. Hee. What does it say? Always laugh.
It says, Dear Jack, I just read that you're going back on the air for Lucky Strike. What's lucky about it?
Mary, let me ask you something. Do you think that wire was funny?
Yes, Jack. I think anything Fred Allen does is funny.
Oh, you do, eh?
I do too, Jack.
I thought you would. Now, look, fellas, we go through this every year. It's about time you admitted that I'm a much better comedian than Fred Allen.
All right, Jackson, all right. If it'll make you happy, we'll admit it. You're the greatest comedian in radio.
That settles it.
I like Jack Parr.
Dennis, we're not discussing Jack Parr. Although now that you brought up his name, I think Parr is a very clever fellow. He's bright, witty, and sophisticated. Now, let's...
He's young, too.
Well, that's right. He is young, but age means nothing in show business. After all, age is a funny thing. I don't know. I remember when I was 8, I wanted to be 18. When I was 18, I wanted to be 28. When I was 28, I wanted to be 38. And now that I'm 38... I don't know what I want to be.
You've been there long enough to make up your mind.
Yeah, I guess so. You know. Anyway, I think that Jack Parr is... Hey, what's that? Who's that marching in here?
Jack, look, it's your quartet.
My quartet?
Yeah, the Sportsmen.
Well, what do you know?
Mr. Benny, here we come. Right back where we started from. We're happy, so happy just to be back. With Luckies, those Luckies round and firm and fully packed. And who know we'll all agree that's the smoke for you and me. Good old LSMFT, Mr. Benny, here we come.
Boy, stop marching. Boy, where are you going? Fellas, put down those guns.
Mr. Benny,
put down those guns.
Cause we've got to say goodbye. We wish you were the red bullseye. Mr. Benny, here we go.
How do you like that? How do you like... They would come over on my opening show.
What do you mean, Jack? They had to come over. They still work for you.
You mean they're going to be with me another year? How did that happen?
Why, don't you remember? You signed them to a contract at Catalina with an underwater pen.
Oh, yes, they fooled me. They came down there dressed as mermaids. Yeah?
Mermaid?
Yeah, I, like a fool, wanted to marry one of them. I thought I'd save money on nylon. Oh, well, if I'd signed them, I guess I'm stuck with them. But they better watch themselves. That's all I got to say.
Oh, what are you complaining about, Jack? They put a little life into the show, didn't they?
Well, here in the studio, yes. But I wonder how the program is coming over to the listening audience. I'm going to call Rochester and find out.
Oh, Mabel. What is it, Gertrude? Mr. Benny's line is flashing. Yeah, I wonder what Gray Narcissus wants now. I don't know. I'll find out. Yes, Mr. Benny. At your home? I'll see if I can get him. He wants I should get Rochester. Gee, Gertrude, here it is autumn already, and it seems like only yesterday that Mr. Benny went off the air. Yeah. You know, Mabel, I saw him this summer when I went on my vacation to Catalina. You did? Yeah. And once I went out with him. But I left him after half hour. Why? How long can I stay underwater? You mean you were underwater with Jack Benny for a half hour? Yeah, and was I embarrassed? Some people went over us with a glass-bottom boat. Well, why were you embarrassed? Did Mr. Benny kiss you? Yeah, and I got a mouthful of pennies. How do you like that? And he's supposed to be such a big radio star. You know what, Gertrude? I've been thinking of going on the radio, too. I have a wonderful idea for a quiz program. A quiz program? Yeah. Take it or drop dead. Well, you can have it. As far as I'm concerned, there are too many peculiar people in radio now. You said it. Yeah. It's just like that song. There's no business like schmo business. Ain't it the truth? Yes, I'm sorry, Mr. Benny. I'll get him right now.
Hello, Duffy's Tavern, where the elite meet to eat. Duffy ain't here.
Rochester, it's me.
Hello, boys.
Rochester, what do you mean answering the phone like that? Duffy's Tavern.
One of your writers has got 2 shows.
Not anymore, he hasn't. I've been trying to get you on the phone. What were you doing?
I was listening to your program, boys.
That's what I called you about. How's my program coming over?
Well,
what?
You want me to water it a little, or will you take it straight?
I'll take it straight. I've got the water. Now tell me, what do you think of the show?
Well, it started out slow.
Uh-huh.
Then it sagged a little.
Uh-huh.
Then it speeded up.
Well.
Then it speeded up a lot.
Good.
Then it made a U-turn.
A U-turn?
Back to sag.
What?
Then the sag sagged.
Rochester.
And unless you've got a dynamite finish, I'll meet you in Catalina.
Rochester, stop being silly.
Oui, mon, Captain.
Cut-a-boo that out. And Rochester, my first program couldn't be as bad as you thought. Rochester, what was that?
Mr. Coleman just threw his radio out.
Threw his radio out the window? What are you laughing at?
Every year, a little fixing, and we have another radio.
Yeah, well, Rochester, I'm sure that the program couldn't be that bad. Anyway, I'll see you right after the show.
Okay.
By the way, Rochester, what are we having for dinner tonight?
Food, you're working again.
Oh, yes. Goodbye, Rochester.
So long, boss.
Jack will be back in a minute, but first...
When you buy, keep your eye on the red bullseye. Keep your eye on the red bullseye. Keep your eye on Lucky Strike.
LSMFT.
Lucky Strike means fine tobacco, and fine tobacco is what counts in a cigarette. Lucky Strike presents The Man Who Knows. Mr. Joe Burnett, ace tobacco auctioneer of Buffalo Springs, Virginia. Recently, he said,
Year after year, I've seen the makers of Lucky Strike buy a fine, light, fragrant tobacco that makes a grand smoke.
And that's not all, for as Mr. Burnett also said,
I've smoked Lucky's myself for 16 years.
And as Lucky Strike smokers say,
that's my kind of a cigarette. Real smooth smoking.
So when you buy, keep your eye on the red bullseye. Keep your eye on Lucky Strike. And remember,
LSMFT.
Lucky Strike means fine tobacco.
So smoke that smoke of fine tobacco, Lucky Strike. So round, so firm, so fully packed, so free and easy on the draw.
Yes, when you buy, keep your eye on the red bullseye. Keep your eye on Lucky Strike.
Good night, folks. See you next Sunday.
This is NBC, the National Broadcasting Company.
ChestertonRadio.com.
Program transcribed and presented by Lucky Strike. You know, friends, smoking enjoyment is all a matter of taste. And the fact of the matter is...
Lucky's taste better.
Cleaner, fresher, smoother.
Lucky's taste better.
Cleaner, fresher, smoother. For Lucky Strike means fine tobacco, richer tasting, fine tobacco.
Lucky's taste better.
Cleaner, fresher, smoother. Lucky Strike, Lucky Strike.
This is Don Wilson. You know, your enjoyment of a cigarette depends on its taste. That's true, friends. Smoking enjoyment is all a matter of taste. The fact of the matter is, Lucky's taste better. Cleaner, fresher, smoother. Now, there are two mighty good reasons for that. The first one you already know. LSMFT, Lucky Strike means fine tobacco. Light, naturally mild, good-tasting tobacco. And second, Lucky's are made to taste better. Made round and firm and fully packed to draw freely and smoke evenly. So, friends, if you want all the real deep-down smoking enjoyment you can get from a cigarette, be happy. Go Lucky. Because smoking enjoyment is all a matter of taste. And the fact of the matter is, Lucky's taste better. Next time, ask for a carton of Lucky Strike.
Lucky's taste better.
Cleaner, fresher, smoother. Lucky Strike, Lucky Strike.
The Lucky Strike program starring Jack Benny with Mary Livingston, Rochester, Dennis Day, Bob Crosby, and yours truly, Don Wilson. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Jack Benny's first radio broadcast of the season. Immediately after, he'll do his opening television show over the CBS network. But now, we'd like to take you back to a Friday morning several weeks ago and look in on Jack Benny's home in Beverly Hills.
Summertime, and the living is easy. Fish are jumping, and the cotton is high. That song sure is true. It's easy living in the summer. I've been sleeping late every morning, going to the beach in the afternoon, spending the weekends fishing with my friends, I wish Mr. Benny would come back from his vacation so I could go on mine. Summertime, and the living is easy. Fish are jumping, and the cotton is high. The front door. Yes? What is it, gentlemen?
We're from the North American Van and Moving Company.
Moving company?
Yeah. Isn't this Ronald Coleman's house?
No, the Coleman's moving away.
Yeah, we're moving them today.
Well, they live next door, the house on the right.
Thanks. Go ahead, Joe. Let's go get the stuff.
Gee, I thought it was the mailman. I haven't heard a word from Mr. Benny in over 2 weeks. And then all he sent me was a postcard. He said he was invited to a big luau and had a wonderful time. I didn't know what luau meant, so I looked it up. It's a Hawaiian word meaning stuff yourself, the food is free. I remember one. Uh-oh, the front door again. Yes, sir?
We're from the Beacon's Van and Storage Company.
Oh, you got the wrong house. The Colemans live next door.
Well, we're not looking for Mr. Coleman. We're here to move Mr. and Mrs. James Stewart.
Oh, the Stewarts. They live in the brick house, the one on the left.
Thank you.
Maybe I ought to do a little work for a change. It's a good idea to get started doing it again. I'll go in the den and see if that needs straightening up. Gee, Mr. Harris has been off the show for 2 years now. I wonder if I ought to wake him up and send him home. Nah, that's Mr. Bentley's business. Doggone, this is the busiest day. Yes?
We're from Lyons Van and Storage Company, and we're here to move Mr. and Mrs. William Powell.
William Powell? Oh, they live in that White House right across the street.
Thanks.
Gosh, I can't understand why. Now the phone. Mr. Benny's residence. No, I'm sorry. Mr. Benny's not back from Honolulu yet. What's that? He made an appointment for a haircut next Tuesday? Well, he doesn't have to be here for that. I'll send it over. Goodbye. Well, I better get in the kitchen and... Again! First the door, then the phone. Then the door again. One thing after another.
Rochester, I'm home.
Boss!
Rochester, you seem so surprised that I'm back.
I am. I had no idea you'd come home today.
Well, I thought someone would tell you. I wrote to a lot of people that I'd be home today.
Who did you write to?
The Colemans, the Stewarts, and the Powell. I wonder if they got my letters.
Oh, they got them. They got them.
Here, help me inside with my bags, will you? Rochester, did any of my cast get here yet?
No, were you expecting them?
Yeah, I called them when I got off the boat and told them to come here for an important meeting. Now, Rochester, take my small suitcase up to my room.
What about the 2 large ones?
Oh, they're filled with dirty laundry. You better wash and iron it right away.
Yes, sir.
And when you're done, I'll give you the names of the people in Hawaii you're to send it back to. Do a good job, eh?
Boss, have we got customers in Hawaii now?
Yes. And you better wash the skirts by hand. That grass can stop up the bending. Now, Rochester, put some chairs. There's the door. I'll get it. She'll be good getting back on the air. I always get such a thrill out of the first check. And program, I mean. Coming.
Oh, hello, Mr. Benny.
Well, Dennis, come on in. Oh, Dennis, it's wonderful seeing you again. You know, you're the first member of my cast I've seen since we went off the air in June. And gosh, it's funny, Dennis. At the end of every season, we all go our separate ways, and then as the summer wears on, I begin to realize how much I miss the gang. And so when I opened the door and saw you here, it gave me such a warm feeling of...
Get it over with. I'm a busy man.
That's a fine greeting. You haven't seen me for 3 months, then you don't even ask me about my trip.
Where you going?
Where am I going? I just got back. I was in Hawaii for 3 weeks.
Hawaii? Boy, I'd like to go there sometime. What's it like, Mr. Benny?
Dennis, Honolulu is one of the most beautiful spots in the world. You ought to feel the soft, warm sand on the beach.
Get it over with. I'm a busy man.
Look at that. You asked me to tell you about it. I just got home. I'm not going to stand here and let you annoy me.
Say, does the rest of the gang know you're back yet?
Yes, I phoned them from this morning. This morning from the dock there.
From the dock?
Yeah.
Oh, then you just got back today.
Yes, on the Lurleen.
How was the boat trip?
The boat trip?
Uh-huh.
Dennis? I can't tell you what...
Get it over with. I'm a busy man.
Now stop that! Dennis, as long as the rest of the gang haven't arrived here, let me hear the song you're going to do on the first program.
Yes, sir.
That kid is the only one I know who can undo a 3 months rest in 2 minutes. Dennis, that really sounded swell. Only when you do it on the program, I want you to pick up the tempo a bit, you see, and hold the finish just a little bit longer.
Well, my mother likes it this way.
Oh, she does, eh? Well, what does your mother know about music?
Plenty. Liberace couldn't get along without her.
Liberace? What does she do for him?
Before every show, she waxes his teeth.
Certainly makes her Toscanini the friendly credit band leader. Now, Dennis, as long as we're... Dennis, you stay right here while I answer the door.
Hello, Jack.
Mary! Mary Dollface, let me look at you. Gee, you look wonderful.
Oh, thanks. Dennis is here, isn't he?
Yes, how did you know?
You look awful.
It didn't take 2 minutes. Well, Mary, it's sure good to see you. Come here, I'm going to give you a big kiss.
Oh, Jack.
No, come here, let me kiss you.
All right.
There. How is that?
It'll never make the Kinsey report. Come on, let's go in. Well, hello, Dennis.
Hello, Mary. When'd you get back from Las Vegas?
Last week.
Hey, I didn't know you went up to Vegas. Did you enjoy yourself?
Uh-huh.
I went to Palm Springs this summer.
Palm Springs? In the summer? Dennis, why in the world would anyone...
Wait a minute, Mary, wait. Mary, don't get into any silly routines with Dennis.
Oh, yeah, I forgot. Anyway, Jack, I had a good time in Vegas.
Yeah, it certainly is an exciting town, Las Vegas. Gosh, I've been there a lot of times. In fact, I even lost some money gambling. You know.
I know. It was on a slot machine in the Flamingo. The third one from the right as you enter the casino.
That's right, Mary. How did you know?
They have a little plaque there that reads, Jack Benny fainted here.
I don't care. It's good publicity. Anyway, Mary, I got to tell you and the gang about the wonderful time I had in Hawaii.
I spent the summer in Palm Springs.
Dennis, why...
Wait a minute, Mary. Don't you ask him. I'll do it. Me, he's already made a wreck out of. Dennis, you spent the summer in Palm Springs?
Uh-huh, and I had a swell time.
Look it. I don't know. Well, all right. Look, how can you possibly enjoy yourself in Palm Springs in all that heat? In the summer, it gets to be 120 degrees in the shade.
I was smart. I didn't stay in the shade.
See what I do to myself? Mary, that proves I love you, doesn't it?
Well, if you really love me, get me a cold drink, will you, please? I'm thirsty.
Okay, Mary, what do you want?
Ginger ale will be all right.
Okay, Rochester!
Yes, boss?
Will you please bring Miss Livingston a glass of ginger ale?
I'm sorry, but we haven't got any.
We haven't? Look, when I left for Hawaii, we had 3 cases of ginger ale.
Well, it's all gone now.
Rochester, tell me the truth. Did you have a party here while I was gone?
Well, yes, boss, in July.
What date in July?
Just July.
Look, Rochester, I don't mind your having a little... Come in! Rochester, look, I don't mind your having a little party while I'm gone, but then when you take advantage of...
Hello, Jack. Hi, everybody.
Oh, hello, Don. Don, it's awfully nice to see you.
Did you have a nice vacation?
I sure did.
Glad to hear it, Don. Where'd you spend your summer?
In the Brown Derby.
3 months in a restaurant?
Oh, no, Jack. There's a little summer resort way up north known as the Brown Derby. It's a wonderful place.
Oh.
Lovely climate, great fishing and swimming. Oh, and by the way, Marilyn Monroe was up there.
How's the scenery?
Dennis. You know, it's funny that you mention her, Don. You know, Marilyn Monroe is going to be on my television show.
She is?
Yeah.
Why, I saw her picture in the newspaper, and she had her leg in a cast. Understand she broke her ankle.
She tried everything, but Jack's holding her to her contract.
Mary, she's going to be on my program because she wants to, and she's going to be wonderful on it.
You know, I saw her and Jane Russell in Gentlemen Prefer Blondes, and they were terrific.
Dennis, where'd you see that picture?
In Palm Springs.
Oh.
That day it was 130 in the shade.
I know.
You know, Jack, one of the hit songs from that picture is Diamonds Are a Girl's Best Friend, and that's going to be our commercial on the program.
Wait a minute, Don. The Sportsman Quartet would sound silly doing that number. That song should be done by girls.
Oh, I know. That's why I brought their wives over. I want you to hear it first.
Oh, the Sportsman's wives?
Yeah, I'll get them, Jack. They're right outside.
Oh.
Oh, girls, come on in.
Well, hello, girls. That's their wives, all right. Don, let me hear the number, will you?
Okay, take it, girls.
A kiss on the hand may be quite continental, but diamonds are a girl's best friend. A kiss may be grand, but it won't pay the rental on your humble flat, or help you at the automat. Men grow cold as girls grow old, and we all lose our charms in the end. But square cut or pear shaped, these rocks don't lose their shape. Diamonds are a girl's best friend. Remember, my dear, when it smokes, you are choosing. A lucky is a girl's best friend. The reason is clear, the tobacco they're using has no puff that's rough. Yes, sure enough, there's no rough puff. Lucky Strikes, the smoke you like, 'cause they're made of that one perfect blend. The masculine gender should always remember to buy her Luckies. Those better tasting Luckies made much better, that's why. To win a fair lady's heart, give Luckies by the carton. That's the smoke she's sure to like. To be happy, so lucky
that was just wonderful, girl. Don, I must congratulate you on such a great idea.
Well, thanks, Jack.
Say, Jack, now that we're all here, what'd you call us over for?
We're not all here. Bob Crosby is late.
I wish you'd get here so we can get this over with. I'm a busy man.
Dennis, we know all about how busy you are with your own TV show and your records and movies.
Besides that, this summer I started raising tropical fish.
Tropical fish? Say, that's a nice hobby.
Yeah, they're delicious.
Mary, when are you going to learn?
Hi, Jack. Hi, Jack. Hello, everybody.
Hey, it's Bob Crosby.
Hi, Bob. Well, good to see you. The door was open, so I just walked in.
Well, we've been here waiting for you so we can have our little meeting. You know, kids, Bob was in Honolulu while I was there.
I didn't know that, Bob. Did you go alone?
Oh, no. I took my wife and my 5 kids, a nurse for the baby, and a cook and a maid.
Did you go on the lure line, too?
Oh, yes, Don. It was exciting, especially as we were landing in Honolulu. My whole family and all of our help lined up at the boat rail, and we sang aloha to the people on the dock.
Wait a minute, Bob. The people on the dock are supposed to sing to you.
Well, I know, but we outnumbered them.
Oh, I see.
Jack, you said when Bob got here, you'd tell us what this meeting was all about. Now, what is it?
Well, now look, kids, we're about to start a new season, and naturally, we all wanted to start off big. So I got in touch with my publicity man, Steve Bradley. He told me to have the whole cast here this afternoon. He's going to take a lot of pictures.
Oh, that's swell.
And that reminds me, Bob, you better get all the boys in your band together, because we'll want some pictures of them, too.
Oh, but that might be kind of tough, getting all of them.
Why?
Well, during the summer, they've taken other jobs.
Oh.
In fact, Frankie Remley formed his own orchestra and is appearing every night at the Cinegrill in the Hollywood Roosevelt.
No kidding. Frankie Remley's got his own orchestra? Well, good for Frankie. At the cinema, did he get a good deal?
Oh, certainly. He had a smart agent. All the men in his band get scale, but Frankie signed for $60 a week and all the drinks he wanted.
Gosh.
Yeah, but the second week, the hotel changed that to no drinks and $1,000 a week.
I knew they'd find out sooner or later. So Frankie's working at the Cinegrill. What does he call his orchestra?
Well, on the marquee, he bills himself, Frankie Remley and my 6 convicts.
What do you know? I bet they play the sweetest music this side of the Chino Honor Farm. You know, kids, some night, let's all go down there. Come in.
Hello, everybody. Hello, Benny.
Hiya, Steve. Hey, it's good to see
No
you.
time for chatter. We've got to get this publicity campaign rolling. Now, Benny, first we're going to get a picture of you giving a waiter a $5 tip.
What?
Stage money.
Oh.
Now, Mary, I've got a sympathetic angle for you. We'll show you selling stockings at the May Company.
Hey, that's great. You know, that's her old job.
What do you mean, old job? That's what I did this summer.
No kidding. Say, Steve, have you anything planned for Bob Crosby and Dennis Day?
Have I? I've got a stunt for Crosby here that'll have his name in newspapers from coast to coast.
Hey, that's great. What do I do?
You're going to sue the city where you were born, Spokane, Washington, for $10 million.
Sue them? What for?
You're going to claim they mixed up your birth certificate. You're really Bing, and Bing is you.
What?
Now, wait a minute, Steve. What about my mother?
We'll sue her, too.
Hey, Bob, that's a great idea.
What have you got in mind for me?
Oh, Dennis, boy, you're a cinch. I have an idea that'll make you the most talked of person in the country overnight.
Yeah, what do I have to do? What? Huh?
Commit suicide.
Suicide?
But I've got to find some novel way for him to do it.
Maybe I could eat nothing but chlorophyll and green myself to death.
Dennis.
Wonderful idea, kid. We'll save it for St. Patrick's Day.
Look, Steve.
Now we got to get some publicity pictures. I've got my photographer waiting out in the hall. Oh, Frank.
Yeah. Oh, No, no. Are you the photographer?
Well, what do you think I am holding up this flashbulb? A glowworm?
Come on, Frank, let's get moving. First, you'll take some pictures of Benny, and I want you to make him look real good.
Well, this is going to be a challenge to Eastman Kodak.
Now, look, you...
Quiet till I finish focusing. Now, hold still.
Do you want me to smile?
You don't have to. I'll get your teeth anyway. This is an X-ray camera.
X-ray?
Do you want to make any bones about it?
Now, cut that out! That settles it, Steve. How many times I told you I don't want this photographer to take pictures of me?
Can't understand that, Benny. You're the only star at CBS who has trouble with it.
It's your own fault, Jack. You antagonize him.
I do not.
You do, too.
Now, listen, I've had enough out of you.
Don't raise your voice to me.
This is my house, and I'll do whatever I want.
Oh, no, you won't.
Oh, yes, I will.
Attaboy, sock him, sock him.
I think I will.
I was talking to him.
Oh, you were, eh? Well, I've had enough of this. Steve, out, and take that photographer with you.
Okay, Benny, but you're throwing away your future.
He had his future 20 years ago.
That settles it. Out, everybody out. Bunch of smart Alex. Rochester, fix me something to eat, will you?
Yes, sir.
I don't know. My first day home, all I have is trouble.
I know, boss, but it's sure good to have you back.
Thanks, Rochester. Ladies and gentlemen, I'll be back in a minute to tell you all about my television show which follows this program. But first, a word to cigarette smokers. Smoking enjoyment is all a matter of taste. And the fact of the matter is...
Lucky's taste better.
Cleaner, fresher, smoother.
Lucky's taste better.
Cleaner, fresher, smoother. For Lucky Strike means fine tobacco, richer tasting, fine tobacco.
Lucky's taste better.
Cleaner, fresher, smoother. Lucky Strike, Lucky Strike.
This is Don Wilson, friends, to tell you that Lucky's win again. That's right. Lucky's win again in a national smoking survey among college students. Last year, a survey was made in leading colleges throughout the country, which showed that smokers in those colleges preferred Lucky's to any other cigarette. This year, another nationwide survey was made, a representative survey of all students in regular colleges from coast to coast. Based on thousands of actual student interviews, this survey shows that Lucky's lead over all other brands, regular or king size, and by a wide margin. The number one reason this year as last, Lucky's better taste. Yes, Lucky's do taste better. First, because they're made of light, naturally mild, good-tasting tobacco. LS, MFT, Lucky Strike means fine tobacco. And then, Lucky's are made better. Made round and firm and fully packed to draw freely, smoke evenly. Actually made to taste better. After all, smoking enjoyment is all a matter of taste. And the fact of the matter is, Lucky's taste better. Cleaner, fresher, smoother. So be happy. Go Lucky. Get better taste with a carton of Lucky's.
Be happy, go Lucky, get better taste today.
Ladies and gentlemen, in 30 seconds, I'll be doing my first television show, and I'm having Marilyn Monroe as my guest star through the courtesy of 20th Century Fox, producers of The Robe, which will soon be released in their new process, CinemaScope. Now, the television studio is 6 miles from this radio studio, and as I said, I only have 30 seconds. You say it's impossible to go 6 miles in 30 seconds. Believe me, with Marilyn Monroe waiting, I can make it. See you in 30 seconds.
The Jack Benny Show was written by Sam Perrin, Milt Josephsberg, George Balzer, John Tackerberry, Hal Goldman, and Al Gordon, and produced and transcribed by Hilliard Martin. The Jack Benny program is brought to you by Lucky Strike, product of the American Tobacco Company, America's leading manufacturer of cigarettes.
This is the CBS Radio Network.
And KNX Los Angeles, where there's good dancing with the Hollywood Roosevelt Orchestra at 11:15 tonight.
The chief hope of our enemies is to divide the United States along racial and religious lines and thereby conquer us. Let's not spread prejudice. A divided America is a weak America. Through our behavior, we encourage the respect of our children and make them better neighbors to all races and religions. Remind them that being good neighbors has helped make our country great and kept her free. Thank you.
Whitehall, 1212.
This is Scotland Yard.
For the first time in history, Scotland Yard opens its official files to bring you the authentic, true stories of some of its most baffling cases.
These are the true stories, the unvarnished facts, just as they occurred, reenacted for you by an all-British cast. Only the names of the participants have for obvious reasons been changed. The stories are presented with the full cooperation of Scotland Yard.
Research on Whitehall 1212 is from Percy Hoskins, chief crime reporter of the London Daily Express. The stories for radio are written and directed by Willis Cooper. Now, here is Chief Superintendent John Davidson of Scotland Yard, the curator of the famous Black Museum, to brief you on case number 330220.
If you're planning murder, which I sincerely hope you're not, a visit to the Black Museum here will most certainly, I believe, serve as a deterrent. Here we have a large collection of murder weapons, from the simplest to the most ingenious, and most of them have been used effectually. Now, here's a knife still stained with a murdered man's dried blood. Yeah, the user of that knife was hanged. And here is a revolver bullet from a man's brain. Yeah, the man who fired that shot was hanged. And the one-time possessor of this tiny phial, which at the time contained poison, thought to murder her husband. Yeah, the hangman ended her career, too. And this carpenter's mallet here, the wielder of that one drew a trip to the execution shed for the unorthodox use of it. You know, most murderers are caught, and they die more ignominiously than their victims. And here in the Black Museum lie the instruments that encompass two deaths, the victim's and the murderer's own. This innocent tool once fell into evil hands. It's all that remains. Now, Chief Inspector Nigel Loring knows a great deal about this case, number 330220.
The old heathens used to believe that their gods were the ones who inspired mortals to murder. This god has the bloodiest murder record of them all.
Who was that, Nigel? Mars, the god of war?
No, John. His name is Cupid. He was the god of love. When Thomas A. Beckett Appleby married Alma Virginia Farnestock in Canada, he was 70 years old. Alma Virginia was 39. They had both been married before. Her first husband was dead, and Thomas Appleby had divorced his first wife to marry the attractive middle-aged widow. The affair had been a 9-day scandal in their Canadian home, and they had shortly removed to Bournemouth near Southampton to take up what might be called life anew. When I was first assigned to the case, I asked Uncle Tom Cobley, the village ancient of Bournemouth, to describe the Applebys to me.
Appleby? Why, he be a bitter old man. Oh, he's a good score of years younger than I be. Never pays no attention to nobody excepting his money and his bottle. Forgot everything but that that wife of his even, mister.
And Mrs. Alma Appleby?
Eh?
Mrs. Alma Appleby.
Oh, she's pretty. even if she be no chicken. He don't pay her no mind, even if half of the men in Bournemouth be in love with her, mister, including me.
And so, when Thomas Becket Appleby died at the age of 75 from the result of a broken skull, there was scant sympathy to be expected for him, and much indeed for Alma Virginia, his wife, until Alma Virginia opened her mouth and spoke to a sergeant of the Bournemouth police station who had been summoned by Dr. Owen Trelawney, the attending physician.
I did it. Tell you I did it. Tell the coroner I did it. That's all I have to say.
Madam, do you know what you're saying in the presence of witnesses?
Certainly I know what I'm saying. I killed him. I hit him on the head with a mallet. Write it down.
Madam, you don't know what you're saying. You're drunk.
I was assigned to the case the following day. You know as much about the case now as I did then. Thomas Becket Appleby lay dead in a nursing home with his skull fractured in 3 places. The new-made widow, it was now near 10 the following morning, was awake after having slept nearly 12 hours after her confession to the Bournemouth sergeant. The maid, Marjorie Bates, brought her downstairs. There was nothing very attractive about Alma Virginia Appleby as she slumped into a chair in the disordered sitting room.
I need some more tea, Marjorie. Scotland Yard, eh?
Yes, Mrs. Appleby.
Well,
I was hoping you'd care to amplify the statement you made last night, Mrs. Appleby.
statement.
About your husband's death, Mrs. Appleby.
Marjorie! Oh. How are you ever going to bring that tea?
I was hoping you'd care to amplify that statement, Mrs. Appleby.
How?
We are wondering how your husband was murdered.
I don't know. All I know is I heard a noise. I came downstairs and turned on the light, and he was sitting in his easy chair, all bloody. Here's the tea. You better pour the detective some too, Marjorie. Oh, good. Oh, that's good.
Thank you. Then I'm to understand, Mrs. Appleby, that you say he had already been struck when you saw him first.
All bloody, dreadful. Poor Tom.
I might point out that statement hardly accords with the statement you made last night, Mrs. Appleby.
Did I make a statement last night?
You did, madam.
To whom?
To Sergeant Milton of the Bournemouth Police.
I don't remember it. I wonder... I was so shocked by the sight of poor old Tom. He'd been drinking as usual, and I picked up the bottle and just swilled down a great drink myself. I drank a great deal, honestly. I don't remember. Perhaps I said something when you were drunk, madam? What did I say?
You said that you had murdered your husband.
I said I murdered him?
It's in the Sergeant Milton's report.
Well, I said I killed my husband.
You did?
Why, then, so I did. You come to take me to the jail.
Well,
I'm quite ready. Marjorie, fetch my cloak. Marjorie, bring my cloak, I said. I'm going to jail.
But, look here, Mrs. Appleby.
What's going on here? I say, what's going on here?
It's quite all right, George.
It is not all right. Who is this man? Who are you, fellow?
I think I might ask the same question of you, young man.
Now, don't come that on me. Is he annoying you, Aunt Alma?
I'm Chief Inspector...
This is Chief Inspector... I'm afraid I've forgotten your name.
Loring, Scotland Yard.
Oh, you are you? And what are you doing here? We've had enough policemen...
May I ask who this young man is, Mrs. Appleby?
This is George Evans, Chief Inspector. George has been our chauffeur. George is...
Your nephew, I gather?
I am not.
George has been almost one of the family.
And it's my duty to protect George. Where's he taking you?
Were you here last night, young George?
When old Tom was killed by that burglar.
Is that the way it was?
He was drunk, as usual. Answering your question, I was out in the garage working on the car, mister.
George didn't know anything about it till he heard me scream when I found Tom sitting there all bloody.
Dead.
I didn't know he was dead when you found him, Mrs. Appleby.
He was...
I thought you said you killed him.
What?
Oh, that's right. I did kill him. I'd forgotten.
You did not.
I did.
You did not, Alma. She couldn't.
She says she did, young man.
Well, she didn't.
I did, George. I swear.
You did not, Alma.
I'm sorry, Mrs. Appleby. I detain you on suspicion of having been involved in the murder of Thomas Beckett Appleby.
No, I tell you.
And I must warn you that anything you say will be taken down in writing and may be used in evidence.
Very well, sir.
Alma.
Be quiet. Then I say that I alone am responsible for the death of my husband. I and I alone murdered him.
But it's not...
be, George. I did it. Now, if you're ready, Chief Inspector. Aren't you going to kiss me goodbye, George?
The boy, George Percy Emmons, insisted upon accompanying Alma Appleby and me, but there was nothing for it. He had to stay behind. Mrs. Appleby wept copiously as they parted, and it was with some difficulty that the maid, Marjorie, and I were able to separate them. I glanced at young George as I closed the car door. I was a little surprised to discover that he, too, was whimpering, like a puppy left behind, and his eyes were overflowing with childish tears. I was faintly revolted at the sight of this great hulking mooncalf's behavior, and I'm afraid I spoke my mind. Bawling like a blasted baby, I said.
Poor George is a baby. Poor lamb's only 18 after all.
Only 18, I thought. If I'd bawled like that when I was 18, I'd have had my trousers well booted. It had helped this great larrikin, too, I thought.
Poor George. So sweet.
I glanced at her curiously, I suppose. I've seen a look like that on a woman's face before. Motive. The back of my mind said to me, motive. Inattentive, grumpy, 75-year-old husband, I thought. Handsome, attentive, 18-year-old boy, and then I remembered that unmanly blubbering, that squalling like a spanked baby, and I was ashamed of myself. And when she spoke again...
My baby died when he was 2. I keep thinking of George as my baby boy.
But the love in her eyes when she turned to me, I thought uneasily, wasn't exactly the kind of love one has for a son. According to the judge's rules, one may not ask questions of a person who has been charged, except to clarify any statements made. There was no need to ask Alma Appleby any questions.
Yes, I killed him. Yes, I had a reason. Reasons, rather. Tom was old and ill. He was always in poor spirits. He worried about money. He worked hard all his life, and now his savings, he thought, were being spent. He knew he could never get any more money. He was an old man. He was afraid of dying, but he constantly talked suicide. He always sat alone in the sitting room and drank. Every night. Half a bottle every night. It's very simple. I couldn't stand it any longer. I'm not a young woman, but I'm not unattractive either, am I? I had a hard life, too. I deserve another chance, don't I? Tied to an old man. A sick old man. A drunken old man. A worried old man who constantly threatened to kill himself. He'd be better off. And I thought I'd be better off. He didn't know it. He didn't know anything. He was sitting there in his chair, drunk, like he was every night. So he wanted to die. I'd grant his wish. I'd be free. People would think a burglar or a tramp did it. So I picked up his bottle. I had to steel myself, didn't I? Yes, I drank. I drank quite a lot. He was sitting there staring at nothing at all as I drank out of his bottle. So I went out and got the mallet. George wasn't there. He didn't know anything about it. He was in the garage working. And I took the mallet and I hit Tom on the head. Just once I hit him. He didn't move or cry out or anything. I just smashed him once and he died. Then? And I'm afraid I drank the rest of Tom's whiskey. That's all I remember. No, I don't remember telling anyone I'd murdered him. I expect I must have, because I did kill him, you know. I'd been thinking about it a long time, you know, and this time I made up my mind to it. I would do it, and I did do it. He died very easily. Just one smash with the mallet and it was all over. He didn't even know it. And I feel he died happy. I'm sorry for him. I did rather like him, but... Well, that's the whole story. All of it. I thought I was doing him a favor, and everything would be all right. I could blame it on the burglar or whoever. I should have known I couldn't get away with it. Oh, yes. And be sure to put down that it was all my idea. Nobody at all had anything to do with it but me. Put it all down in writing, just the way I've told you, and I'll sign it. I murdered him. So help me, Alma Virginia Appleby.
That was the gist of what she told the examining magistrate of Bournemouth, who accordingly remanded her for trial at the Southampton Assizes later in the month. I wasn't satisfied. John Davidson, the Black Museum man, he was plain superintendent then, was in Bournemouth visiting his great-aunt who was afflicted with sciatica. John, having escaped the ailing aunt for a morning, had attended the examination. Afterwards, he and I repaired to the nearest pub. John was not happy.
None of my business, Loring, but that woman's lying.
She lied about the number of times old Tom Appleby was tapped on the head with a mallet.
The doctor said 3 times. She insisted it was only once.
Well, she was pretty drunk.
Granted. So let's have some more pig's ear, shall we?
Right. Miss, 2 of the same, please.
Right, sir.
Granted that she has made a mistake there. Granted that she was undoubtedly a little script, as I shall probably be if I have much more of this beer. Thank you, miss. But what murderer ever forgets how many times he strikes his victim? Cheers.
Cheers.
More than meets the eye, say I.
Well, that's the way I feel, too. Call me down here from Scotland Yard. First thing that happens, the woman confesses.
Confessed the Bournemouth policeman before, didn't she?
While she was drunk.
She a drinking woman?
Apparently not. Dr. Trelawney told me old Appleby did all the drinking in the family.
So at the risk of sounding like a fool, I'd say that circumstances alter cases.
Well, murdering one's husband can be said to be something of a circumstance, sir.
Well, covering up a murder of a husband by somebody else could also be said to be circumstance, Loring.
Ah.
Isn't it?
Who's she covering up, then?
I don't know.
Wasn't anybody who hated the old man, apparently. No.
Don't you know?
Well, after all, I've been here a very short time, sir, and the case is closed.
Well, it's the hangman who closes murder cases, Loring.
I know that.
See, I noticed another thing.
What's that, sir?
She seemed very anxious to impress on everyone the fact that this murder was her own idea.
Yes.
See, I know quotation.
Yes, sir?
Shakespeare, Hamlet.
Oh. What is it, sir?
The lady doth protest too much, methinks. Yeah, I seem to be full of wise saws and modern instances today, Loring.
Yes, sir.
You know, French have a saying, sachez la femme, if my pronunciation is right.
Well, we've got the woman, sir. We don't have to look for her.
Excuse me, I got my genders mixed up. In that case, look for the man, old boy.
The man's dead, sir.
Is he the only one?
The good gray superintendent drank up his beer and left for the bedside of his great-aunt. I paid the score and set out for Canary Villa, the place where the tragedy had occurred, thinking to make certain discreet inquiries of the maid Marjorie. The doors were open. Marjorie was absent. I wandered through the silent, dreary house, looking in every room. The place was deserted. And I heard a noise. The garage, I decided. I followed my ears. I watched young George for quite a while before he discovered me.
What do you want?
I'd like to ask you a few questions, George, if you don't mind.
Oh, You're the policeman.
Chief Inspector Loring, that's right.
I've got nothing to say to you. You're trying to hang my Aunt Alma.
No, I'm not, George. I don't think...
She didn't do it. I told you she didn't do it. I know.
You got any suspicions, George?
Well, of course. Some thief, some tramp or something done it.
Really think so?
Yes.
I don't think a tramp did it.
Well, she didn't do it.
I'm sure of that.
Can you prove that, mister?
Frankly, no. Look, George, I have an idea it was someone that didn't like Mr. Appleby.
Who?
I thought perhaps you could tell me if he had any enemies.
I don't know any.
Go on with your work, George. We can talk.
I'm almost done.
Well, I'll help you. I'm a pretty good motor mechanic.
Well, I was just straightening this thing.
Well, I'll give you a hand.
I suppose I should feel sorry for old Tom.
You don't?
No. I didn't like him. He didn't like me either.
You'd know, I suppose, if anybody ever indicated that he hated Mr. Appleby.
Of course. I knew them both pretty well. Worked here 6 months. No, 7.
She didn't hate him.
Alma? Aunt Alma, you mean? No, she certainly didn't. Put up with an awful lot from him, though. It was frightful. Always grousing at her when I drove around the countryside in the car. Always drunk.
She drink, too?
No. Only that night. When she found him with those 3 holes in his head.
Was he struck 3 times?
3 jolly great smashes.
And you don't have any idea who did it?
This burglar.
Burglar?
Well, whoever it was.
Where did the mallet come from that he was killed with?
Well, it was ours. Cops took it away.
Well, I hope they find whoever it was.
Well, if you cops are any good.
We're trying. That's why I'm talking to you, George.
Huh? Why?
Hoped you might be able to help her.
Listen, mister. I'd give my life for her.
Well...
I love her.
She's been very nice to you, I understand.
I love her. She's the sweetest, the most adorable, the most...
Well...
Huh?
She's going to hang.
No! She's not. She didn't do it.
She confessed, George.
They won't let me see her.
Now, George.
I've got to see her, I tell you. I've got to see her.
Why is it so important? Why, George?
Because they'll hang her. They'll hang Alma. She didn't do it. She didn't murder Tom, and they're going to hang her for something she didn't do.
But what good will it do for you to see her?
I'll tell you what good it'll do. I know who did it. I know, I tell you. Do you hear me? I know who killed Tom Appleby.
Who?
I know who murdered him, and so does she. I've got to talk to her, or they'll hang her.
Alma Virginia Appleby's life was in desperate jeopardy. She had been remanded for trial, and no power on earth is sufficient to alter the slow, regular course of British justice before that trial takes place. Not even a confession by another person can change her status, that of a prisoner awaiting trial before a jury of her peers. I explained that to George Percy Emmons. "You're coming to the rescue a trifle late, young George," I said. "It might be that you're too late."
I've got to save her. I love her, and she loves me.
This is George Percy Emmons' statement.
I have worked as chauffeur and general handyman for about 7 months for Alma and Tom Appleby. Alma, Mrs. Appleby, has been very good to me. She said I'm like what her dead son might have grown up to be. He did not like me. He didn't like anybody. He was always drunk, and he mistreated Alma, Mrs. Appleby. She tried to keep away from him. She always asked me to drive her to various places so she could be away from him and his tyranny. I love her very much. 3 months ago, I asked her to marry me. First, she laughed at me. And then she cried. She said that she was old enough to be my mother. I said that I was old enough to become her husband. But she said she already had a husband, And I said he was a bad husband, and old, and ill-mannered, and she agreed. But she said he was her husband, and she'd sworn to be his wife. I told her I loved her, but she said, no, that is evil. I asked her, if she didn't have Tom for a husband, would she marry me? She cried and said, you must not say that to me. I asked her many more times to marry me when Tom died. 6 times. Tom was old, and he was no good, and he mistreated her. And finally, the 7th time, I asked her if she would marry me if Tom was dead. She cried some more, and I begged her to answer me, and at last she said yes, and she kissed me, and said again she would marry me if I still wanted her to, after Tom was dead. And I thought about it a long time. On the night Tom was killed, on that night, I'd brought her back from a trip in the country, and we were very happy. She kissed me when we came home, and she said she loved me. And my heart was breaking. And then when Tom got drunk that night, he hit her, when she told him he shouldn't drink so much because it was affecting his health. And then I decided. I waited till she and Marjorie, the maid, went upstairs to bed, and then I got the mallet from the garage, and I stole into the house, and Tom was sitting in his chair, and he was in a stupor, and he didn't hear me. And I crept up behind him, and I hit him 3 times on his bald head, very hard, so I heard the bone crack. And he slid down in the chair, and he was dead, I thought. And I thought, now we can be married, Alma and me. But when I went to the staircase to go up and tell her, I looked up, and she was standing there, and she had seen it all. And everything I did, killing him, had come to naught. And I am a murderer, and Alma must not hang, although I surely shall. This is my confession. Write it down, and I will sign it. So help me, George Percy Emmons.
George Percy Emmons was remanded for trial by the same magistrate who had examined Alma Virginia Appleby. They were tried together at the Southampton Assizes a little more than a month after Thomas Appleby had died. Both defendants pleaded guilty. Both seemed, as one crime reporter complained, to outdo the other in protestations, not of innocence, but of guilt. Unlike almost every case where a man and a woman had been accused of murder, they did not attempt to fix the guilt on one another, but each seemed determined to save the other's life at the cost of his own. This was the verdict of the jury.
Members of the jury, are you agreed upon your verdict?
Yes, sir.
Do you find the prisoner, Alma Virginia Appleby, guilty or not guilty of murder?
Not guilty.
Do you find the prisoner, George Percy Emmons, guilty or not guilty of murder?
Guilty. We should like to add a rider to that. We recommend him to mercy.
George Percy Emmons, you stand convicted of murder. Have you to say anything why the court should not give you judgment of death according to law?
I wish that...
Let the prisoner, Alma Virginia Appleby, be discharged.
George, take me!
And so they hanged 18-year-old George Emmons. And on the day he was hanged, Alma, the woman who was old enough to be his mother, but young enough to have wanted to be his wife, sat down and wrote a letter. She sealed it, addressed it to the people of England. And standing in the room where Thomas à Becket Appleby had died by her lover's hand, she stabbed herself through the heart. Justice was done.
You have heard another in the series Whitehall 1212, compiled from the official files of Scotland Yard. Research on Whitehall 1212 is by Percy Hoskins of the London Daily Express. The stories for radio are written and directed by Willis Cooper. Three chimes mean good times on NBC.
I was a communist for the FBI. Starring Dana Andrews in an exciting tale of danger and espionage. I was a communist for the FBI. From the actual records and authentic experiences of Matt Savetic come many of the incidents in this unusual story. Here is our star, Dana Andrews, as Matt Savetic, who for 9 fantastic years lived as a communist for the FBI. Love, FBI. Love, to a dedicated Red, is the business of the idle. During the 9 loveless years I spent as a communist, I learned that hate is a business, too. A big business. I'd like to tell you how the hate business pays off in the Red. In a moment, listen to Dana Andrews as Matt Savetic, Undercover Man. Here is Dana Andrews as Matt Savetic, Undercover Man. This story from the confidential file is marked Rich Man, Poor Man. A communist cell meeting can take place anywhere. In the loft on a dark street, perhaps, or in your neighbor's rumpus room, in the rear of a candy store, or in a fashionable penthouse. This meeting was held in the home of our cell leader, David Bowden.
Comrades! Good news, comrades! Delightful news. The plum has been chosen for our exalted cause. A fat, ripe, juicy plum. His name? The name of our plum. The irony delights me, simply delights me. His name is Jules Jordan.
Oh.
Jules Jordan, the publisher? The same. A millionaire with a social conscience. Publisher of that great liberal weekly, Open Thought.
Well, Comrade Bowden.
Ah, Comrade Savetti. You look worried.
Well, this man, this Jules Jordan, with his bourgeois conception of liberalism, I don't trust him.
Comrade Savetti, Jordan is obviously a capitalist who fears the inevitable revolution. We have been assigned to put his millions to work for the Red Master Plan. In the past few weeks, I've made it a point to become friendly with Mr. Jordan. Quite friendly, in fact. He now comes to me for advice on the editorial policies of his magazine. One liberal to another, that sort of thing.
You work fast, Comrade Bowden.
This assignment is my responsibility, Comrade Savetti. Its success is my success within the party. Its failure...
There can be no failure.
Good. Good. I'll need competent, trustworthy assistance. You will help me.
Comrade Bowden, I'm honored.
Will you pass the menu, please?
There's red on the M.
Red on the C. You're losing weight, Matt.
It's understandable, isn't it?
They're not suspecting you, are they?
I don't think so. I just got a new assignment. Assistant to our cell leader, David Bowden. The job's to suck Jules Jordan into the party.
Oh, that's a new twist. A red millionaire. How come they picked Jordan?
His magazine, for one thing. They'd like to print it in red ink.
What about Jordan himself?
He's a perfect patsy. Young, naive, worried about doing some good with the dough he inherited. He thinks he's a liberal, but the commies think he's a chump.
They started work on him yet?
Bowden's become real palsy with him. He's even advising Jordan how to run the magazine.
Ouch. And the next step?
Just run the magazine.
When does the FBI step in?
You better wait. There may be more to this than I know. I'll keep in touch. You're bound to have trouble when half of you is communist and the other half is human being. My communist half was supposed to consider Jules Jordan a wealthy chump, a sucker to be despised and exploited. The human half of me, however, couldn't help feeling he was a decent, honest guy. As I grew to know him better, it was easy to understand his two greatest loves, his wife Jane and his weekly magazine.
Listen to those presses, Matt. Beautiful music. Beautiful, beautiful music.
You sure it isn't just plain noisy, Jordan?
Printing presses are supposed to be noisy. Let the whole world know how important they are.
Can't hear you.
Never mind. Come on to my office.
Good idea. There's something I want to talk to you about.
Uh-oh. You and Bowden have been hatching up another improvement for the magazine. I can feel it. Come on in.
Thanks.
Something wrong?
Bowden tells me that Harry Rainier fired George Krevko.
Krevko? Krevko. Oh, him, yeah. Incompetent writer. I understand he's a red.
He was recommended by Bowden, you know.
Well, heck, David can't help it if the man wrote bad editorials.
But Rainier never consulted us.
Harry's the editor, Matt. He has the right to fire a man who can't do the job.
This might interest you, Jules. Krevko has been unable to find work since he left here.
No kidding? It's that bad, huh?
He has a wife and 3 children.
Gosh, 3 kids.
And the reason George Krevko can't find work is that he's been branded a communist by your editor, Harry Rainier.
Mm-hmm. Well, is he a communist?
Why not ask Mrs. Krevko and the 3 kids?
Look, Matt, if there's anything I can do...
That's strictly between you and your conscience, Jules. See you later.
Ah, Matt, you were superb. Shut the door. I heard it all on the speaker. You followed instructions to the letter, comrade.
Thanks, Comrade Bowden. Tell me something. Does Comrade Krevko have a family?
Of course not. The Jordan will never know that, will he?
It made me sick just thinking about it. But evidently the germ that had been planted in Jules Jordan's conscience took effect immediately. The following night, David Bowden and I were invited to dinner at the Jordan home. Jules was his usual genial self, light-hearted, gracious, charming. His wife, Jane, was charming, too, but cold. Cold as ice.
What's the matter, Janie? You don't seem to be with us.
Huh? Oh, I guess my mind was wandering.
Which way, Mrs. Jordan? To the right or to the left?
Politics again. Very strange.
Strange?
Yes. Other men talk about their families or baseball or that terrific weekend in Atlantic City or have you read any good books lately? But not you. You and Mr. Bowden seem to be impaled on one subject, politics. The revolt of the masses.
Jane, I invited them here to talk politics.
I'm sorry, Jules. Must be the woman in me that objects.
As for the revolt of the masses, Mrs.
I said
Jordan...
I'm sorry.
Here's what I had in mind, gentlemen. After Matt left yesterday, I did a lot of thinking about, what's his name, the fellow who was fired?
Krevko.
Yes, Krevko. Now, I'm sure that Harry fired him on the basis of his ability alone, but still, If he's been branded a commie...
He's been unable to support his family because of it.
And that bothers me. It really does. I'd like to do something for Krevko. I can't help feeling responsible.
Why stop at Krevko, Mr. Jordan?
What do you mean?
Well, I think David means that there are many individuals in this country today who are being persecuted for their views. Krevko is just one of thousands.
Well, I can't really help thousands.
Why not?
Why not? Well, after all,
After all what, Mr. Jordan?
More dessert, anyone?
After all what, Mr. Jordan?
You, Mr. Svedick?
No, thank you.
Look, suppose a man like, say, Krevko gets fired, needs money, can't get a job, all because of mistaken ideas about his politics. Now, isn't there some place he can go for financial help, legal aid?
Well, there are a few organizations.
None that has been set up specifically for that purpose. There's no fund as such available to unfortunates who are victims of political persecution.
Mm-hmm. You know something, folks? I'd like to set up that fund.
Oh, Jules, for heaven's sake.
We could call it something like, Fund for Freedom.
American Liberty Fund. How's that?
Hey, that's great. American Liberty Fund, dedicated to the preservation of security for the individual, or something like that.
You probably want a charter from the government. They're hard to get.
Jules, how do you expect to get a charter? You're considered a fellow traveler. You've been hanging yourself on the party line for years.
Jane, I've told you 1,000,000 times they can consider me anything they please, but they can't consider me a commie. It's just unfortunate that some of my ideas coincide with the Reds.
Unfortunate is right.
Certainly, Mrs. Jordan, you'll agree that a man of your husband's means should have no trouble securing a charter. This is a mercenary world, you know. Money is influence.
The remainder of the evening was miserable. While Bowden and Jordan buzzed and fussed over plans for the American Liberty Fund, Mrs. Jordan burned withering glances across the room at me. Finally, after a small eternity, it was time to leave. I paused in the open doorway to button my coat.
Mr. Svedick.
Yes?
I'd like to ask a favor of you.
Of course, Mrs. Jordan.
Believe it or not, I've never interfered with my husband's work before. But you and your friend have changed all that. Let my husband alone, please. Go away and let him alone.
Are you afraid of losing him to a greater cause, Mrs. Jordan? Is our influence stronger than yours?
No. No, it isn't. I won't let it be. I think I love him more than you love that greater cause.
Coming, Matt?
I'll be right there, David. No need to make a contest of this, Mrs. Jordan. Some things are inevitable.
Like the revolt of the masses?
Exactly. It's a difficult thing to be hated by a beautiful woman. But in this case, there was one consoling thought. If Jane Jordan could hate me violently enough, she might prevent her husband from becoming ensnared in the communist web. That web, by the way, was being drawn tighter and tighter about him. The charter for the American Liberty Fund was granted before I could have my FBI contact stop action on it. And then my red cell leader, Bowden, introduced a new element, something I had hoped to be able to avoid.
Sit down, comrade. I want you to listen to this.
What is it?
Perhaps you've wondered why I mistrust that Harry Rainier. I recorded this conversation in Jules Jordan's office this morning on tape.
Those hidden microphones are invaluable, aren't they?
Standard procedure. Very practical. Listen.
Those two friends of yours, Jules. The place is crawling with Reds.
Relax, Harry. You're getting giddy.
Giddy. Wake up, Jules. Check up on your personnel. Check up on the content of your magazine. No matter what measures I take, the stories come right out from under Stalin's mustache.
I've been expecting this from Rainier for some time.
You've seen these things yourself, Jules. If you'd spent less time with that American Liberty Fund.
What's your beef about that?
Have you noticed where that money is going? Your money is being used to bail out commie goon boys. To give a bunch of red plug uglies a chance to...
Yeah, I see what you mean about Rainier, comrade. But I think he feels a need here. Keeps things in proper perspective.
Rainier is dangerous, Comrade Svetick. You will please see that he's eliminated.
Aye. How?
Any way you see fit, as long as it's quick and lasting.
Back to Dana Andrews, starring as Matt Savetic in I Was a Communist for the FBI, and the second act of our story.
Now then, you'll enjoy these reports, I'm sure. First of all, the American Liberty Fund. Contributions from our inadvertent ally, Jules Jordan, have brought the total up almost 200% since its inception. Of its expenditures, 70% has gone out as direct aid, mind you, to members of our party. This, of course, will increase as time goes on. Comrade Savetic, will you report on the progress made within Mr. Jordan's magazine?
Thank you, Comrade Bowden. I'm happy to announce that as of today, 65% of the personnel on Open Thought are actively contributing to our exalted cause. The editorial policy is now closer than ever to the party line. In fact, some of the more reactionary American congressmen have already hurled charges against the magazine and Mr. Jordan.
A question, please, comrade.
Yes?
Aren't we defeating our purpose by calling attention to our success within this magazine?
Comrade Bowden?
The subtleties of the plan have escaped you, comrade. We're more interested in Jordan and his millions than in his magazine.
Yes, but how can we get him into the party?
Remind me, Spetic, no important assignments for that fool. My dear comrade, Jules Jordan doesn't realize it yet, but everything he touches turns red. His magazine, his American Liberty Fund, his companions, his employees. In the eyes of bourgeois Americans, he's a traitor. This will become more and more evident as our pressure increases. When the final die is cast, Mr. Jordan will have no place to turn for sanctuary but here, among his comrades and fellow workers in the Communist Party. Now do you understand?
Thank you, Comrade Bowden.
Good. And you, Sideti, have you arranged for the elimination of Harry Rainier?
Yes, tonight, Comrade Bowden. Tonight.
Speaker speaking.
Speaker, this is Red.
Well, it's about time. I just worried.
Listen, Bowden wants me to liquidate Harry Rainier.
Who's he?
Editor of Open Thought. He's too suspicious of us.
Well, can't you get out of it?
Funny, man. It's got to be done tonight.
Tonight?
You've got to help me.
All right, start talking.
I've arranged to pick up Rainier at his home about 10 o'clock. I'll drive out Highway 14 to about 3 miles west of
Seems to me it's pretty late to be visiting the Jordans.
Jules insisted on having the meeting tonight, Harry. You know how he is.
Yeah. But what's the big rush?
I don't know. Something about Red infiltration on the magazine.
Well, maybe the boss is waking up at last. That car back there. It's been behind us since we left the office.
Really? I hadn't noticed.
Funny. That car's still back there. I'd swear it was following us.
You've got the jitters or something?
I don't know. Maybe. Say, isn't it taking us a long time to get to the Jordans?
Same as usual.
What are you turning here for? Hey, wait a minute. We're nowhere near the Jordans.
Sit down.
What is this? Where do you think you're...
Be quiet, will you? Nothing is going
I don't like it. Now stop the car. Let me out of here. Sit still, Harry. You'll get hurt. Hurry. Harry, look out!
All right, Rainier, stay where you are. You won't get hurt.
What's this all about? What do you think you...
Word from the FBI.
FBI? I don't understand.
Now, you won't for a while. Take care of him, boys.
See that nothing happens to him, Beaker.
Now, you'll be all right, Matt. A little confused, but safe.
At least the commie knuckle gang won't get to him.
How about you, Matt? What are you going to tell your little red teammate?
Lies. After working with them this long, it's easy to lie, especially to them.
Comrade Svetic, do I understand you correctly? You turned Harry Rainier over to the FBI?
That's right, Comrade Bowden. I planted some false credentials in his desk and reported him as a communist agent.
A communist agent? Oh, dear me, delightful. Harry Rainier, a communist agent. Comrade Svetic, you have a delicious sense of humor. The irony appeals to me. Delightful.
I'm flattered, comrade.
And now we must swing into action. We must report this news to Jordan.
To Jordan?
Of course. He'd be very broken up about it. Rainier was his closest friend. He'll need us to advise him more closely now. So closely that we'll be running the magazine. After all, how can Jordan trust his own judgment? His best friend turned out to be a communist agent.
I hadn't expected this at all. Bowden was using my plan for Rainier's safekeeping to bring about Jules Jordan's downfall. There was no time for me to undo what I had done. Only one chance was left. Mrs. Jordan. I had to make her hate me. Her influence over her husband was strong. I knew that. The best way to put this influence to work was to make her hate me violently, bitterly.
I don't understand it. I just can't understand it. Harry was always such a sensible guy. I've known him for years. He just can't be a red agent. I won't believe it.
Facts are facts, Mr. Jordan, no matter how brutal they seem.
But Harry's the last guy in the world to... I don't know. I don't know.
Reason, Jules. Reason. Emotion is useless at a time like this.
You're not being much help, Mr. Svetic.
Look, would you mind, fellas? I think I'd kind of like to be alone for a while and figure this mess out.
Please go. Jules is awfully upset.
But the logic is so clear, so crystal clear. We know now why your friend Rainier tried to turn you against us.
Yeah, okay.
This explains why he disagreed with our editorial suggestions, why he accused us of planting Reds on the staff, when he was the biggest Red of them all.
All right.
Mr. Bowden, will you please let Jules alone?
It's important that your husband realize these facts now, Mrs. Jordan.
It's important that you both let him alone. Can't you see he's upset?
It's okay, honey. It's okay.
This display of shabby sentimentality is certainly a poor substitute for reason.
It may be poor, but it's the only one we've got. Now get out, both of you. Get out.
Not yet, Mrs. Jordan.
Indeed not. Your husband must realize his responsibility to his employees, his readers, to the ideals his publication stands for.
Ideals? Whose ideals? His, Harry's, or yours?
Ours, of course. All others are mere delusions.
Get out of here. Get out.
Honey, take it easy. Let them up. They've been right all along. They can handle it better than I can.
Handle what? Your magazine? Jules, you can't.
Let's face it, honey. Who am I to tell them what's right and wrong? I can't even pick my friends. At least I know David and Matt are right thinkers.
Thank you, Mr. Jordan. We'll go now.
Jules, for the love of heaven, listen to me. Jules, please, you've got to listen to me.
Comrade Svetic, I can understand now why Jordan had so much affection for these presses. Now that they're ours...
Ours?
In spirit, at least. And soon the rather broken spirit of Jules Jordan will be ours, too.
You're to be commended, Comrade Bowden.
Well, thank you. You won't mind if I take full responsibility for this project, will you?
Not at all. You deserve it.
Interesting how the humiliating prospects of failure seem less sinister from the pinnacle of success.
What's happening down there?
The press is there. They're stopping. We'd better see what's wrong.
Nothing's wrong, gentlemen. They're just not working anymore.
Jordan!
The presses are out of business. And so are you.
Oh, what's that mean, Jules?
As of right now, the magazine known as Open Thought is closed. Finished. Dead.
Finished? Dead? Well, you can't.
What's the reason for this?
I have a wonderful wife, Savetic. She explained a few things to me. How you run a self-respecting magazine right smack into the mud. How you sacrificed my best friend. How you tried to break up my home, turn my friends against me, ruin my reputation with that American Liberty Fund. By the way, that stopped when the presses stopped.
But if you do all this, Jordan, what will become of me?
Didn't know you cared that much, Bowden. I've never been sure what your angle was, but it doesn't make sense. Nothing made sense since you entered my life. So you may go now.
But this means failure. Failure means annihilation.
The magazine is dead. The American Liberty Fund is dead. As far as I'm concerned, you're both dead. Get out.
Dead? I failed.
Goodbye, Jules.
Oh, Savetic.
Yes?
Just to keep your ego where it belongs, my wife mentioned that she hates the ground you walk on.
So do I, Jules. So do I. It goes on and on and on. The hating, the bitterness, the chaos of mind and soul. Bowden is gone now. He never appeared at another cell meeting. The Jordans? They're around somewhere, nursing their bruised ideals. Harry Rainier is free and safe. But none of them can ever know the real story, the full story. They'll continue to hate the ground I walk on, the ground I must walk alone.
Our star, Dana Andrews, will return in just a moment.
This is Dana Andrews with a word about the story you've just heard. In this story, as in all others, names, dates, and places are fictitious to protect innocent persons. Many of these stories are based on incidents in the life of Matt Savetic, who worked undercover for the FBI. Next week, another fantastic adventure. Join us, won't you?
CBS Radio Mystery Theater presents... Come in. Welcome. I'm E.G. Marshall. Welcome to the fear you can hear. Welcome to the sounds of suspense. Have you ever noticed the similarity between night driving and making your way through life. Driving at night, you can only see as far as your headlights show you the road. You never know what's over the next hill or around the next curve. And even on a straight road, your vision only extends as far as your lights. Life is very much the same. None of us really knows what lies ahead.
You look exactly like my husband. A dead ringer. Here, take a look at this picture.
Hey, that's scary. I didn't know two guys could look this much alike.
How would you like to be my husband?
No way. I like being who I am, Al Grissom.
But don't you see how easy it would be to take his place?
Yeah, you bet. But it's easier to stay away from murder.
Well, who said anything about murder?
You did, my lovely. And my answer is no way.
Our mystery drama, Dead Ringer, was written especially for the Mystery Theater by Murray Burnett and stars Leon Janney. It is sponsored in part by Anheuser-Busch Incorporated, Brewers of Budweiser, and by the Kellogg Company, makers of Kellogg's Special K cereal. I'll be back shortly with Act One. You're on a blacktop country road about 18 miles east of the little town of Eudalia. It's raining hard. You're driving a Citroen Maserati, and it handles. But you have your problems. You're going to be late for dinner, and you have a husband who doesn't appreciate lateness. The night seems to be getting blacker, and the rain shows no sign of easing.
Darn this rain. While I'm at it, darn the weatherman who promised clear and cool weather.
Your name is Gloria Winters. And then the headlights pick up something in the road. Whatever it is, it's a problem because it doesn't seem to move.
Come on, stupid, move. Get out of my way. My, it's a man. What happened?
A car hit me and drove off. Thanks for stopping.
That's okay.
Well, a lot of people didn't.
Do you think you can make it to my car?
Yeah, with a little help.
Okay. There we go. That's it. Steady now.
Yeah, I guess I better.
Just here. Just slip into the seat.
Yeah.
There you go. I'll close the door and come around the other side.
Watch yourself. There's some crazy guys driving this road. You're soaked.
And you are hurt. I'll take you to the Hermitage.
What's that?
The hospital.
Oh, no. No hospital.
You're bleeding.
Now, looks worse than it is. It's sure playing hell with your car, huh?
Well, you must go to a hospital.
Oh, no way.
But why?
Because hospitals are for dying.
Oh, that's crazy.
That's what everyone tells me.
Well, I don't care what
Look, I can't ever thank you enough for picking me up, but I have this thing about hospitals.
But you
I promise you, I'm not going to die.
Okay. Where to?
The Three Coyotes Motel. It's just outside.
I know where it is.
Oh.
No, come on. Just put your head on the pillow and don't be a baby.
You're some dynamite kind of good Samaritan.
Well, I have a right to see what you look like under all that dirt and blood, haven't I?
No argument.
This may hurt.
Oh.
There. Well, now you're beginning to look like you have it perfectly.
It's that bad, huh?
Oh, no. It's nothing. I just thought of something.
Like what?
You look exactly like my husband. But I mean exactly. You could be identical to him. You don't believe me?
No, I believe you.
Well, that's why I got such a shock when I cleaned you up and got a good look at your face in the light. You're a dead ringer for Leo.
Oh. Why does that shake you up?
Oh, Leo and I are having our problems.
Isn't everybody?
I suppose. I'm just wondering...
Yeah?
Well, I'm wondering what you were doing walking down Route 38 in the rain at 6:15.
I missed the bus.
There's no bus on Route 38.
Oh, I didn't know that.
I did.
Okay, I suppose you've got a right to know the story. I live in Chicago. I'm a market analyst.
Come again?
I advise my customers about what to do or what not to do in the stock market, sort of a security specialist.
Are you, married?
Oh, no. But that's part of the story. Years ago, I fell in love. She was from Chicago, too, but it didn't work out. You've heard the story 100 million times. You met someone. We said a sentimental goodbye. She cried. I felt sick, and we made the usual commitments. If she ever needs me, you know.
Romantic.
Mm-hmm. Romantic. Well, the day before yesterday, I got a call from her. She was living near Eudalia. She was in trouble.
What kind of trouble?
Well, it was private. And there'll be no names.
Okay.
So I came. Naturally, she didn't want her husband to know. She didn't want my car to be seen by the neighbors. Well, you know how small towns are.
Yes, I know.
So I let her call the shots. She picked me up, drove me somewhere close to her house. She was supposed to drive me back, but her husband had called and said he was coming home early.
Well, where was he supposed to be?
He was on a business call that would have kept him from getting home before 9. So our appointment was cut short. She panicked, and I walked, trying to thumb a ride. This weirdo came along, and pow. And you found me.
What a difference. What a difference. You look like Leo, but you're completely different. Leo wouldn't cross the street to help a blind, crippled kid find his crutch. While you...
And you stopped and picked up a stranger lying in the road.
Well, I told you that Leo and I don't get along.
But you married him.
I didn't know what it would be like. Anyway, what are you going to do now?
Oh, I'm going to change motels and lie low until I can go back to Chicago without having to explain the way I look.
What about the girl you came to help?
No, that was a bad scene. No, nothing I can really do for her. She has a decision to make.
So have I. Will you help me to make it?
If I can.
Oh, you can, Al. You can. In a very big way.
I don't like it, Gloria. I don't like it at all.
You have been saying that for a whole week, Leo.
When's he going back to Chicago?
When the scars heal and nobody will ask questions.
How about the name of the girl he came to help?
He won't tell me.
I don't like it.
Oh, Leo, trust me.
Why?
Because I'm a woman.
If you could give me one good reason.
I've given you 1,000,000 reasons. $1 million. Al is the man who can do it for us.
You really believe he's leveling about the securities market in his background? Maybe he's conning you.
Why?
Take a look in the mirror.
All right. Suppose he is playing me for a sucker.
And we're
still all right, maybe even better. Just trust me.
Do I have a choice?
You always have a choice. Don't ever forget that. You made one the day you married me. Oh, I do love you, Al.
Me too.
No, we have some serious
Come
things.
here.
Come on, now, be serious.
We can't go on like this.
What?
Isn't that what you were going to be so serious about? Tell me that we can't go on like this?
Well, yes. How did you know?
Oh, because people are more predictable than the stock market. And, darling, I've studied the market, and I know its moves.
Okay. Then continue.
With what?
What else I had to say?
Oh, it was going to go something like this. I told you I was fed up with Leo, and until you came along, I just didn't see any way out, but now...
You're doing super. Go on.
But now, if we love each other, I can divorce Leo, and we'll get married and live happily ever after. Right?
Not exactly.
Where'd I go wrong?
On the divorce.
You don't want to divorce Leo?
I know Leo. He'd never give me a divorce.
Does that matter?
Well, a woman wants a little security.
Hey, with your looks, you don't have to worry about that.
Looks don't last forever.
Well, nothing does.
Some things do.
Okay, name one.
Death?
You know, I never met anyone like you.
Not even that girl you came out here to help?
Not even her.
And you have no parents, no relatives? Nobody except yourself?
Just me and my shadow.
We've talked a lot about Leo. You've never seen him.
And I don't want to.
I'd like you to look at this picture of him.
That's scary. I didn't know two guys could look this much alike.
I told you.
Yeah, but...
You thought I was laying it on for your benefit.
I guess.
And now?
I believe you couldn't tell us apart.
I guess this was in the back of my mind ever since I first saw your face.
What was?
How would you like to be Mr. Leo Winters?
Oh, no way. I like being Al Grissom.
Don't you see how easy it would be to take his place?
Yeah, fine, but what happens to him?
Well, that's the problem, isn't it?
Yeah, that's the problem.
I thought maybe you could think of a way out.
Yeah, I can, but I don't like it.
Try it on me.
No, I think you've already tried it on, and you like it.
Maybe.
Not maybe, positively. That's what you wanted to lay on me when you said you wanted to talk.
You're not only sexy, but you're smart.
Yeah, you bet. Smart enough to stay away from murder.
Well, who said anything about murder?
I did, my lovely, I did. I said murder. And I also said no way.
But that's stupid. You don't even know Leo.
You're really serious about trying to get rid of him.
Oh, think of what it would be like. Mr. and Mrs. Leo Winters, you and me, happily married for the rest of our lives.
Now, you jumped about 3 tracks in a couple of miles. You're too far down the road.
Why?
How did you get Leo to let you come and see me? Did you tell him we were playing backgammon or chess?
Well, you know how greedy he is. He thinks that you're going to make him a lot of money with your connections in the Chicago markets.
But we've still got a little problem to solve about his departure.
Ah, then you're interested.
Lady, if I hadn't been interested, either you or I would have been long gone from this room. You must have been thinking about this for some time.
I have.
And you must have come up with some ideas.
I have.
Well, I'd like to hear them before I commit myself.
You will. But I promised Leo I'd be back at 3:30 sharp. That doesn't give us enough time to discuss it now.
No, but it does give us enough time to...
Seal the bargain?
Once you agree to discuss the idea of murdering someone, you've taken the first step along a road that is full of hairpin turns, some of which don't even have warning signs. We'll be back shortly with Act 2. It's me again, and we're talking about murder. That is, we're not talking about it, but Gloria Winters and Al Grissom are trying to arrange a murder. It isn't a simple task, as you will hear.
No, hiring a killer is just setting yourself up for big trouble.
Well, do you have any better ideas?
No, not yet.
We'd better come up with one, because Leo's getting suspicious.
Oh?
You don't have a gun.
Now, we've been through that.
Well, you could buy one.
And it can be traced.
Not if we get rid of it afterwards.
Gloria, I know the way the police operate. When a husband gets knocked off, the first one they check out is his wife. And statistics show they have a better than even chance of being right.
But I'm going to say it was a prowler.
Now, what makes you think they'll believe you?
Hey. I've got it. Why didn't I think of this before? The same thing that happened to you before, only this time it'll be fatal.
Hit and run?
Of course.
You know, the more we talk, the more I'm beginning to think we ought to forget about the whole thing.
No.
All right. What car are we going to use?
Well, we'll rent one under a false name.
Mm-hmm. And who's going to rent it?
Well...
Now, you see, the guy who rents either one of us a car will remember us. And even if we give a false name...
But why should they be worried if they get the car back?
Because the hit and run will be discovered. They'll start asking questions.
Well, I'll be home with a friend as a witness.
No. Hit and run is a crime. They'll go looking for the driver of the car, and that has to be me. No, I don't like anything we've come up with. And we've got to stop thinking about murder. Now, the cops are going to be looking for somebody and continue to think of more than an accident.
Hit and
run isn't natural. Nobody's going to dig much into what looks like a natural death. If we could get a doctor to sign a death certificate, we'd have it made.
I know a doctor.
Oh? Well, he can't be in on it. He's got to think it's death from some kind of natural cause.
I said I know a doctor.
Who?
His name is Carmody, Hugh Carmody. He's about 85 years old. He's our family doctor. He was my mother's doctor when I was born.
Is he still practicing?
Well, not really. But he refuses to give up the families he's treated for years. So he still looks after me and Leo, sort of inherited him when we got married.
Mm-hmm.
An idea?
Just a glimmer. Would this doctor believe you?
Oh, of course. Come on, let me in on it.
Okay. What do you know about poisons?
Practically nothing.
Yeah, well, that makes us even. Now, what we need is some kind of poison that looks like he died of a stroke or a heart attack or maybe some kind of food poisoning.
Mushrooms.
What?
Toadstools, mushrooms. They're poisonous.
Yeah, but he's not going to eat them.
He will if I cook them.
You know, that might... No. He'll get suspicious if you give them to him and you don't eat them.
Well, we need to know more about poison mushrooms. The library. I'll go there.
Out of your mind? You'll go asking for a book about mushrooms and then call in this doctor to look at Leo who's just eaten some bad mushrooms.
All right. I understand. But I've still got to... I'll see you later.
Where are you going?
To find out what I want. And nobody will ever know. Al? B?
Where have you been?
To see Dr. Carmody.
Of all the dumb plays.
Relax, darling, and give me a kiss. I think I really have something.
What did you do?
Toadstool. A fleshy fungus that is poisonous or inedible as distinguished from an edible mushroom.
Oh, great. We knew that before you left.
But we didn't know that aconite, which was formerly much used as a cardiac and respiratory sedative, is the poison that comes from toadstool or monkshood and can be deadly.
You didn't ask?
Of course not. I know that Dr. Carmody always visits his few patients between 3 and 4, so I went to his office. Told the nurse I wasn't feeling well.
No.
She knows me and let me in to wait in his office. And he has a lot of books. So I read.
Yeah, and what did you tell Carmody when he came back?
Oh, he's such an old love. I made up a story about being tired and not feeling well, and he gave me a tonic, which I'm going to get.
You know, maybe we're getting somewhere.
Oh, we're there, darling. We are there.
All right, slow up. Now, first, where can we get the
aconite?
Aconite. Yeah, that's it.
Suppose I told you we don't have to get it.
Well, I'd like to hear why.
Okay. My dad had a bad heart.
Oh, how long ago was that?
About 7 years.
And you're telling me that this Dr. Carmody prescribed aconite?
Right.
Well, how do you know the stuff's still good?
I don't.
Well, it doesn't seem to be.
Well, this is the only way we can handle it. If it doesn't work, we won't get into any trouble. And if it does, we won't get into any trouble either. So what have we got to lose?
You know, when you put it that way...
Do you know any other way?
No.
Then let's try it.
Okay, let's work it out.
Okay. Day after tomorrow, Thursday. That's Eileen's night out.
Right.
I'll buy the mushrooms tomorrow. Then I'll cook a great steak dinner with all the trimmings. And Leo and I will eat it.
And you too?
Of course, I'll have to. I won't eat too much, though. But enough to make me a little sick.
Yeah.
Then when Leo begins to feel sick, I'll suggest we call the doctor.
Carmody?
Of course, Carmody. He'll come and ask about what we ate, and I'll say steak and mushrooms, and he'll say, mushrooms? And right away, diagnose mushroom poisoning and give us something.
Yeah, I'm with you so far. And then?
And then after he leaves, I'll tuck dear old Leo into bed, tell him I have to go to the drugstore to get something. I'll go down and let you in.
Wait a minute. What do you need me for?
We're in this together, my love. And I want you there.
Yeah, I damn well better disappear after Leo dies.
That will be just fine. And we'll set up a very, very romantic meeting place.
That's real good coffee, Gloria.
Thank you, darling.
You really should have made that pie. I gotta watch my figure.
I know how much you love it. Do you want to go into the den?
Oh, not particularly. Look.
What?
You feel all right?
I feel fine.
You sure those mushrooms were good?
Of course.
I don't know. I feel kind of funny.
Even if they weren't, it's too soon for them to act up.
How do you know?
Oh, I've known about mushrooms since I was a kid.
Well, all the same, I've got pains in my stomach. Call Dr. Carmody. You really think it's the mushrooms, Doctor?
I know it's the mushrooms. It has to be. Both of you ate them, and you tell me, Leo, that you ate more than Gloria.
Yeah, that's right. That's what I get for being a pig.
Well, you're going to be all right. Just stay in bed, and Gloria, you get this prescription filled.
What about the pain?
I'm giving you a sedative also. What I can't understand is how you cooked those mushrooms in the first place, Gloria. I would have told you about those things when you were a child.
Well, I know, and I feel just awful. I can't explain how it happened. But I'm sorry. I have no excuse.
Yeah, no use crying over spilt milk. Yeah, I better get home to bed. You get that prescription filled, young lady.
Oh, I will. Let me take you to your car.
Hello?
Are you ready to come over and sit with a sick friend?
It worked?
Like a charm.
How was Dr. Carmody?
Just as we planned. He diagnosed mushroom poisoning. Bawled me out gently. But we're lucky. That visit to his office paid off.
How will I get into your house?
Well, you know where the house is?
Yeah, I do.
Park 3 blocks away on Green Tree Lane.
Mm-hmm.
You know that was the place I told you about off the road.
Yeah, I remember.
But don't walk the streets. Just cut across the fields.
Mm-hmm.
Head straight north. You better take a flashlight. Ours will be the first house you come to. The back door will be open.
Okay, I'm on my way.
Make it fast as you can. I think Leo heard me come back. He'll be yelling for his medicine.
Gloria?
Come in and shut the door.
Okay.
Did you lock it?
No, that's a good idea.
Here, let me. I'm waiting for the kettle to boil.
Why?
You don't think I can give him this stuff straight, do you?
Well, why not? He's expecting medicine, isn't he?
He won't taste it in his tea. He likes it sweet. And I am going to make it very sweet. There. Hand me the cup.
No. You know, I could do with a cup of tea myself.
How about something stronger?
Oh, you got something?
Oh, we're completely equipped.
Oh, don't forget to wash out the glass and put it away.
Don't worry.
All right. Hey. That's plenty. Have to be able to walk straight.
Drink as much as you want. I'll finish what you leave.
Gloria!
Yes, dear?
What happened to the medicine?
I better get upstairs. I'll be right back. Save me a drink?
Yeah, how long will it take?
Oh, don't ask me, Al, darling. It's the first time for me, too.
This liquor tastes funny. You know, I'm imagining things. I better finish before she gets back. Hey, I feel funny. I better sit down.
Al, what happened?
I'm sorry. I made so much noise. I don't feel too good. Don't worry about the noise, Al. It's all right with me. What?
Well, I guess the aconite wasn't too old, Al.
Stupid. This was a setup all the way.
All the way. I must admit you did make it tough.
Not as tough as you made it for me. You know, you're a hell of a dame. You're right, Al. No, not dame. I was going to say a hell of a liar.
It wasn't all lies, Al. I'm expensive. And there is $1 million life insurance policy. And when I saw your face, I realized that this was just too good an opportunity to lose.
You know, there's a little something Help me get him upstairs and into my bed.
Yes, dear.
It's no time to get hysterical.
No, I'm not. It's just funny to me that Al's going to wind up just where he wanted. In your bed.
A murder has been accomplished. The happy couple, Leo and Gloria Winters, still have a way to go before they achieve their goal. But murder sometimes makes for strange and uneasy bets.
You really think